These are the sounds that Yahweasel makes when he starts streaming. That's what I was saying. Stream status bad. Thank you, YouTube. Helpful as always. Okay, everything appears to be in working order. Hello, name I can't tell because we're Elon Smolders. So I would completely agree that having a face cam. So I think having a face cam in stream makes a lot of sense because it does exactly that. It has, you know, a connection with the viewers. I think my pseudo face cam doesn't really do the same thing, but it exists. It is an option, and I use it because why not? But I don't like face cam in like pre-recorded videos because the thing is, the actual, like, a person's reaction, unless they're basically acting, it's never gonna be that interesting. Like, so occasionally they'll make some face that's just like, ugh, but you can usually convey that in sound. So I think it's better during a stream where the reactions are really the communication between the watchers and the streamer than it is during pre-recorded videos. But I'm largely ambivalent about facecam in general. I don't have my own facecam because I am a secret human. I have the most recognizable face in the world. I don't recognize the first name. I couldn't guess the etymology of it or the nationality of it. And it's interesting because Smolders just sounds like it could be a British name. Sure. But the first name, I don't know, like maybe that could be a sort of older British name that I'm just not familiar with, but it doesn't, I don't know. It sounds maybe, oh, a Hebrew name. Okay. I should recognize Hebrew names because I come from a Jewish family, but whatever. Let's see. Yep, that's it up. About time to let the Discorders in. Let them know freedom. Sure, sure. I mean, it's the name history is, of course, often totally disconnected from personal history. Names are names. That's how it is. And my name, Yahweasel, doesn't run in any family and isn't a name, and it's just an invented sound. Oh, it is so hot in my apartment. It is so hot. So I am not a fan of Pokemon, the whole Pokemon, like, that style of game. And one of the ways I like to annoy people who are fans of Pokemon is by suggesting that it's, like, encouraging slavery, which it kind of is. I mean, the Pokemans are clearly, put out to be sentient and at least sort of sapient, and then you just, like, put them in a box and force them to fight, like cockfighting. Okay. It is purely a annoying people strategy. How do I have this many windows open? Which window am I even looking for? There we go. Commodore 64 emulator. Quality. $38,911 basic bytes free. So I don't know which Pokemon series you're referring to. I played Vietnamese Crystal, but before that I played Tohomon, which is far more distressing in that sense because they're not Pokemans, they're like chibi cat girls. Wholesome. Nothing's more wholesome than a necktie. See, I do wear a necktie in real life. Always. Well, not always. I'm not wearing one right now. Whenever I'm in public, I wear a necktie. And the nice thing about a necktie is it's a culturally acceptable way to have a brightly colored arrow pointing at your crotch. Uh, it's considered completely okay, but it is exactly that. Let us announce the stream. Perhaps the same could be said of all traders. He references something, something, something. Is that the reason I wear the tie? I don't really have a justification. That is a reason. You know, it costs nothing to dress. Well, that's I was about to say just a complete lie. The clothes cost money. Just cancel the sentence I was saying there. It was literally untrue in every sense. That Castlevania speech. I assumed that had something to do with Pokemon because it clearly does, but apparently not. Wait, because it clearly does because it. Oh, you've adapted something from. Okay, so I'm not really familiar with Castlevania. It's not my kind of game. Da 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 da. What is my kind of game? Games I'm good at, so none. There are no my kind of game. They're all not my kind of game. Womp womp. You could, well, as I'd say, you could link it in the Discord stream chat channel, but that's not useful because that's just a chat here, really. So, yeah, whatever. Link it afterwards. I imagine that most people don't have as much nostalgia for the screen they're currently seeing as I do. This was my childhood, yo. Like, I carefully adapted the Commodore 64 emulator to be as accurate to how I remember the Commodore 64 as possible. So I don't dislike Castlevania. I just don't really have enough experience to form an opinion. I mean, I fondly remember the PlayStation. PlayStation 2, I didn't really have I was, I was in university. I was getting one of several degrees. I didn't really have the time for it. That was a little bit late for me. But I certainly remember the PlayStation. It is about time to begin. Hello, this is Yahweasel, and this is a Commodore 64. I've already loaded the game, so let's just run. Interesting shot you've chosen there. Chell doesn't need to have a head. Sure, we'll press space. A. Okay, that... Luckily, after the initial load, this game actually does load quickly. This is Portal for the Commodore 64. Why? Not a question I can answer, but I can tell you exactly why. Portal is one of the best game consoles. Let me try that again. Portal is one of the best game series ever made, and Commodore 64 is the most popular computer ever made. So, yeah, let's put those together. Hello, welcome to the Aperture Science Computer-Aided Enrichment Center. Please proceed to the chamber lock. Mind the gaps. Oh man, The way it twiddles around, that's really good. Like, A+ for the graphics. That's so... It's like, it's very Commodore, but also really kind of creepy. Okay, that appears to be... So it uses WASD, which obviously was not a thing in the real Commodore era. But such is life. So that's like a trampoline. So if I just go like this, then I'll die! Hooray! How illegal is this? Asked Elon Smolders in chat. Not at all, basically. I mean, there's a little bit of trademark infringement, but it's certainly not copyright infringement whatsoever. An Aperture Science weighted storage cube can be delivered on demand. Press E to activate or carry things. Or skip. Oh, the music is the music is so Commodore 64. It is Sid. And if you know Commodore 64, you know exactly what I mean. Ah, okay, so that opens that. That presses that. And indeed, I can use E to grab that. This uses, by the way, the Commodore 64 mouse, which was not common. I certainly never had a Commodore 64 mouse. My emulator does. Thanks, Vice. You are also in possession of the Aperture Science handheld portal device. With it, you can create your own portals. Portals can only materialize on light gray blocks. Absolutely no punctuation. I think that must be intentional, like it must be a stylistic choice, because there's really none. Whoa, that effect! Nice, nice. Can you see me up there? No? Okay. So can I... Yeah, that's a Commodore 64 game. There we go. Cake and grief counseling will be available at the end of the test. Oh, now there's punctuation. Don't step in front of those turret guns. Well, I'm definitely going to immediately step in front of those oops. I didn't even mean to do that. Can I, like, restart this level? Well, I guess we did that. Whatever. So, right, if I want to get down there, I'm going to have to go like that and jump over you. You know what? I want to get killed by a turret gun, so let's do that. You're shooting the wrong way. Instant death. I like the death sound. This is interesting because it would be kind of difficult to not press that button. Oh, why did I do that? Up. We're fine, everything's great. Frankly, this chamber was a mistake. If we were you, we would quit now. Okay, they sure got to the impossible chamber quickly. Oh, right, that does that. Okay, thank you, that was dumb. So that's interesting, there's a portal here that is on a dark gray wall, in spite of the fact that I couldn't put it there if I wanted to. Well, that was really easy. Okay. Please be advised that a noticeable taste of blood is not part of any test protocol. Now, to the previous question about how illegal this is, I should say they appear to have taken the dialogue pretty much word for word, and that's certainly copyright infringement. Okay, let's grab that. I'm kind of afraid this game is going to be very short. That would be really unfortunate. I mean, Portal and Portal, well, particularly Portal, but Portal 2 was not exactly long. That pesky turret. If only you had something that could obscure his line of fire. Like a box, for example. We're still well in tutorial land here. There we go. Red walls? Red, yes, there's something special about them. You can't go through them, but maybe something else can. So walls instead of lasers. Interesting. Elon Smolder says the quotes are slightly altered. Altered is not, you know, that's not going to get them away from copyright infringement. So right, I can't go through that. But I could get over here. Okay, right, and now I can go down here to get the box. And then I can drop the box here. So far, not difficult, but we are well within tutorial land. I don't think you're tall enough for this game. Have you tried standing on your tippy toes? How dare you? Okay, I got it. Hup. Oh. Oh, I don't got it. Got it is a thing I don't. There is no gotting it here. SpecLad points out that that just looks like water. I mean, yeah, it's clearly acid, though. There we go. Did the Commodore 64 mouse have 2 buttons? That's interesting. Samari in chat praises the GLaDOS graphics. Yes, I agree. They're really, really good. Why do these chambers look strange? You try doing this with just 8 bits. No need for a hyphen there. You don't always hyphenate H to bit. You only do that when you're using 8-bit as an adjective. Okay, so that does that. Ah, but my portal gun can go through there. Got it. 8 bits are also called bytes, points out SpecLad in chat. How dare you suggest that this could just be called byte graphics? They're also called octets. Okay, the music is great. It's starting to get a little bit repetitive. I would like for different music, please. You'll need to time this jump just... It hasn't loaded anything the entire time I've been playing this. No wonder it took like 2 minutes to load from a disc. Yeah, I haven't heard the disc sound at all. It's preloaded the entire game. That's amazing. You'll need to time this jump just perfect. I hope you don't frustrate easily. Oh, I understand. Oops, well I forgot. I tried to space to jump, but up is jump. So actually, hup. Oh, dang it. Okay, I needed a little bit longer. I think if I run by and press E on the way, that'll give me the maximum amount of time. Up. Dang it, I jumped slightly too late. I don't think GLaDOS would like you correcting her, suggests Elon in chat. Good point. Wow, okay. I was watching this falling. The hitbox is a little bit weird. Oh, yeah. There's like a wide area that's actually... Yeah, basically this line here is the point where it hits the box. Yeah, it's that line. In fact, I think they put that line there to make it obvious. That's a bit weird. Okay, I failed to press the button. Good. 10 out of 10. Dang it. That is very difficult to time. That timing is quite difficult. Okay, we finally did it. It only took me 50 tries. Don't go firing that portal gun without thinking. Precision is the aim of the game. Okay, obviously precision is the aim of the game. So, I'm gonna have to get this like here and then use it to block that. Then that blocks this path, and I can put a portal right there and a portal right there. There we go. Silly question, but can you walk on water? Yahweasel plays Portal for Commodore 64, but take a sip every time he falls in acid. Only once! Only once so far! Well, no, that's not true. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Their line of sight goes through walls, but their line of fire doesn't. I think I just trapped myself. I definitely just trapped myself. And I can't get out of here at all. Okay, level code RR6X5. Okay, luckily it'll just reload from here. Hup. Hup. Oh, wait. Okay, I got it. You go there. Then I jump over this. Then I almost get stuck on that wall. Then I complete the portal. Then I fall to my death. Oh, I died midair, like a falling damage simulacrum. That's unfortunate. This game has falling damage. Okay. Mouse is slightly awkward. Hup. Yeah, that's a little bit difficult. Okay. Now, in principle, I should be able to get... Ah, that also does that. Understood. Hup. Hup. And now if I go behind you... I also took the box with me! Give me a box in the new game, dang it! In the new level, that is. A complimentary death machine will fall from above. I like death machines. They're free! Thanks for the death machine. It is appreciated. I really should have, Okay, I actually managed to survive that first jump by complete accident. I needed to do this first. There we go. Now what? Ew! Ew! Now I needed to do... Oh, do I even have the angle to do that? Can I reach that? No, that angle isn't reachable. Okay. I'm unsure. Looks like you're stuck, says Josh in chat. This is the first time I've been at all stuck in this game, so, you know, I'll take that. It's pretty good. Oh, duh, I'm an idiot. Why do I think I need the box? There we go. I sort of thought I might need to grab the box and do some more trickery there, but actually it worked out without. So this presumably will turn off that, yes. I assume I could time this carefully. Ooh, no, not with that much speed. This is obviously just about getting the survival jump right, but not that one. Oh, yep, that one. Turns out that was fine. Quit now, and cake will be served immediately. Well, that's not very GLaDOS. She needs you to finish the thing. Okay, so what I need to do here is that! You haven't challenged me very much, game! Green walls are like red walls, only completely different. So I can pass through, objects cannot. Presumably. Okay. I like the portal sound, there's something great about that. Easy. Credit where credit's due. You're doing a great job of disappointing me. Okay, we've got another trampoline. Easy enough, I guess. This last jump looks slightly... Nope, not treacherous at all. The experiment is... Oh no! Is this game 15 minutes long? The experiment is nearing its conclusion. If this game is 15 minutes long, I'm gonna have to figure out something else to play very quick-like. Okay, so I can't take objects through there, so I can go like that. And that opened up this. Right, he's facing that way, so I can just do that. When the testing is over, then you will be missed. Good. I like being missed. Josh in chat points out that for a Portal game, it looks quite easy. Yeah, I agree. It seems kind of not trivial, but easier than it ought to be. Okay, so I need a way of getting over there. Now I can grab this and set it over here. I don't know why, but I can do that. It is an option. Wait, did I even need to do that? I could have just done this, couldn't I? What was stopping me from doing that before? I think I just beat the game in 15 minutes. Yes, I did. I'm making a note here. Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Aperture Science. We do what we must because we can. All for the good of all of us, except the ones who are dead. Oh, but there's no use crying over every mistake. Well, you just keep on trying till you run out of cake. And I don't remember all the words. All who are still alive. I'm being so sincere right now. Even though you broke my heart and killed me. I really don't remember the words. I haven't beaten Portal 1 in a long time. And threw every piece into a fire. As they burned, it hurt because I was so happy for you. No, now the point. Line, and we're on time, so I'm for the people who are still alive. Yeah, I really don't remember the words at all. It's been a long time. Addendum. Go ahead and leave. I think I prefer to stay inside. Someone else to help you. I really don't remember the words. Oh yeah, maybe Black Mesa. That was a joke. This cake is great. It's so delicious and moist. Still talking when there's science to do. This is unfortunate for a sing-along because the words are slightly too late. People who are still alive. I'm doing science and I'm still alive. I feel fantastic and I'm still alive. I'll be still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive. Still alive. Great! Well, you know, it was, I don't know what to expect. That was indeed Portal for Commodore 64. It could have been much more difficult. I can fix the singing in post, suggests Pekla. So you need to remember the entire song, then we can get a proper recording, says Josh in chat. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, I think that was a once-off. That was a one-video thing. It could have been way harder. The game could have been like 100 times more difficult. It was really, really easy, and the physics were there, so it could have been much more difficult. I'm gonna have to figure out very quickly something else to play, so thank you for watching. If you liked the video, I've got thousands more. Just click that channel button. Cheers from Yahweasel. Yeah, I think third place in the poll. What is third place in the poll? I don't even know. Be back in a bit.
You drop the silver rattle into the baby cradle. As you do so, the crying of the baby ghost and the rocking of the baby cradle cease. You breathe a big sigh of relief. Like that. It's now an empty cradle.
Apparently the rattle just vanished.
Excellent point. Suddenly you hear a terrible rattling of chains from downstairs. Could it be the ghost of Christmas future?
Yeah, exactly.
Or this will just go to a path where eventually... Oh, dang it, it's not consistent again! It's not consistent! How can it not be consistent? Oh, I don't understand! Okay, I don't want to go that way because my map is inconsistent and it scares me. And death! Ah yes, Yahweasel cast death on all. Works every time. It's a baguette.
Yeah.
It's a very, very stale baguette.
Stale.
Space baguette. Luckily, sufficiently stale to support human weight. So that's, don't eat it.
Does the
is
staleness of something influence its... I guess it would.
Well, it influences its rigidity, yeah, and thus, like, more of the mass would go into holding up the weight. Like, if it wasn't a stale baguette, most of the baguette wouldn't even be affected by the weight of the human standing on it, so you would just sort of punch a hole in the middle. But then, with rigidity comes brittleness, and so, are we actually winning? Well, when it comes to space baguettes, everyone wins. Brought that one home! Come on, give me some props! In my Mother 2, aka Earthbound playthrough, people were so I used silly names, and people were very insistent that I not be quite so silly in my name selection here, and in fact they were adamant that I use the default names. And favorite foods and that kind of thing. All the stuff that you can enter at the beginning, they wanted me to use the default ones. Okay, if you're all gonna be boring, I have written them all down, so... Just as a quick clarification, clearly, I think it should be quite obvious that I cannot set up Pocket Kingdom quickly. So it's not gonna happen. So we're gonna have to go to Radical Dreamers. Okay, there we go. Yes? I guess I should have... I think I've got these in the right order. There is no need for Sokobond, SpecLad, when it was one episode. I know you only watch my channel for Sokobond, but too bad. I'm using the default ones, that's what you asked for. Okay. You know what? I'm less convinced that I got these in the right order, actually. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm using the default names, that's what you asked for, it's fine. Okay... I mean, they're not the original names anyway, since the game was never released in North America, so these are English names regardless. Doesn't matter, right? Now it asks for your favorite homemade food. Again, using the default, like everybody asked for. Flint. And my favorite thing, which you should be able to guess at this point because you know all the defaults because you insisted that I use the default there. I have used only the default entries. Are you happy now? I did what you asked for.
There goes materializing and I don't think
it's rolling. It's rolling.
Yeah, that's not good for you.
That thing is going to be just utterly splattered with vomit by the time it gets to the end.
Yeah.
It'll be him, like,
I don't know,
sitting there dehydrated and in just a sphere of vomit. Oh yeah, that's there in the fountain. Okay. And it ate our face. Okay. Wow.
Let's play.
That's the name of the game now. Why? Fish elf need good rod. 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 Oh, this is... Oh god, I'm gagging. Whoa! It is a blue scorpion with green lips. Oh god. Oh, that action is going to haunt my nightmares for the remainder of time. Whoa, something about that color combination, plus the fact that its attack is like... That was... Ooh, that jump is really difficult, but evident... But hi there, mushroom friend. I would love to grab you, but you're having a seizure. There we go.
Hello!
Hi.
Can I also point out the fact that Flammy has a really weirdly placed fang that would serve absolutely no function?
Yeah. I mean, it has a bill, like a pointy bill, and then it also has a fang.
Right.
Because why not?
But a fang in a completely useless place for a fang. Like, that's in no way...
You never know. There may be some, like, co-evolution thing going on where there's some plant that that you need a fang in that location to reach its nectar or something. Flammy could be from the Galapagos Islands. I don't know.
What the hell are we talking about, Mom?
I don't know.
This boss battle is so boring that we've lost all sense. We're just blathering incoherently.
I feel like that's what we do in every episode.
That's true. Yes.
So, can I ride down on the shield while you glide?
I don't know. I mean,
Let's
you
try
can't
it.
because you can't. Oh God, you're gonna try to like land on it while I'm
Hell
gliding
yeah.
down.
What? Wow! Well, that works.
I mean, this is still not good because we're trapped here.
Well, no, this is the exit, though.
Oh, did we
So
just
now we can
cheese this level?
Hell yes.
We just cheesed the hell out of this level. We just skipped like all of the level part of this level.
And I'm totally okay with it.
There's like these keys and this bridge you're supposed to get. And we're just like, nope. We literally got not a single item. You four in the front, continue what you... don't continue what you're doing. It's... You're getting a weapon.
That we can't use.
Wait.
Is that a frisbee bin?
Is this? Is it? It was going very Jurassic Park for a moment there, but it went a different direction. I can charge your pee-pee and can cure stone illness. And he can charge your pee-pee and soften. Guys, This is a kid's show. So this is the talking animal it mentioned before. He didn't mention that it talks. I just traded a lacquer pot for it, which makes so much sense. Oh, I see you have, a really crappy pot that was made in China. I'll trade you for a magical talking animal. We will be fellow travelers. I'm Alice. What's your name? Meow. Meow? Have you ever heard of a man named Odin? Meow, 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 meow. Okay, Radical Dreamers is set up, but there's a lot of things that need to be configured, so just give me a couple minutes. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. I knew! I immediately go to Dark Mainland investigating. Thank you. I don't want a fourth island. No! Let it not be a fourth island. Let it just be another area. One more area I can stand. I will survive another area. I think another island and and let me guess, as soon as I leave this city, I will magically be teleported to that island. Oh, no, no. That's true. Cry. You will not need to use the word cry in this game. I contest that claim. I do not believe that it is true. I will need to use the word cry a lot. And I won't be doing silly voices, because silly voices are annoying. Did avalanche. Ah, I was right. I may not be, good, but at least I'm right. The forgotten one of the ship that sails the cosmos. Whoa, Pink! Whoa! Whoa! Oh, I knew I shouldn't have played this game after smoking all that pot. 189, that's surprisingly bad, given that was multiplied. 47. What? 500 and some odd damage to everybody? That's what you decided to do? Really? Like, I wasn't imagining things? Ow. 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 I know this is supposed to be dramatic. Ow. Okay. Yeah, you stand and take the full force of each blow. I don't know what he's accomplishing by doing this, but fine. Ow. 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 It's amazing how many attacks it takes when one of them is using a sword. You'd think he would have just cut him in half and called it a day. Apparently not.
Of course.
Oh, it's the power glove, finally!
Yay!
I mean, the
That's good.
even better power glove, the Titan glove or whatever. What? What? No!
Oh.
No! This cannot not be a hole! What are you talking about, game? What does this mean? I went into a different room and opened up a hole, and then I came to the above hole, and it's not a hole! What does this mean?
You have a very, very good... Like, it's a really, really well-balanced... Oh, God! Okay, never mind. Next week, another random game. Oh, no! Oh, it only fires orthogonally. Oh, this bow sucks. No, shoot another direction. Wow, I accidentally hit a bat. Here, have an empty plate. Here is your feast. It is an empty plate. I hope you enjoy eating metal. This food looks like an empty metal plate, but smells like an empty metal plate. You pay the welcome woman for your meal. Be welcome, and may you enjoy your
That just popped. That's supposed to nicely fade. Yeah, like that. The hell? Why did it just pop? Whatever, it doesn't really matter. Hello, nobody. Hello, this is Yahweasel, and this... Copyright by Squaresoft and not Demiforce. Well, I guess 2003 Demiforce did the translation. Whatever. That's copyright Squaresoft with some words by Demisoft in English. It was then that I opened the notebook my mother had given me. She said she found it while cleaning out the closet. It was the only color item in the universe. I can say words. Crumbling and covered with dust. It turned out to be the diary of my long-lost grandfather? I didn't have time to read that. I've discovered the secret of color. Everything else is gray. Do you still remember how we first met and all of our adventures since? It all seems like such a dream nowadays. A radical dream. You are a piece of star that fell from the sky. The timing's a bit weird, probably because it was originally Japanese and it has different sort of density. Whenever I want to return to those days long gone, I close my eyes and whisper your name into the evening sky. Brian. I mean, Kid. Not that Kid is a name either. And then the rest of the universe faded away, leaving only the book. I'd like to talk about what this game is. Kid! Hey, Kid! I guess we just went back in time, so I should actually put this in a voice that I want to do. Are you ready, Kid? I know you're anxious. But stay on your toes.
Yeah, likewise, mate. Mess up and I'm leaving you behind. I'll show up again in Chrono Cross. Kid is female, but this is the voice I'm giving her. Deal with it. Come on, Magil. I don't know if that's even me. That bastard Lynx is also gonna show up again in Chrono Cross. So are you. Wait, does he say a prayers? Not that it'll do any good. Oh, that was still Kid. Not that it'll do you any good. Didn't really make it clear who was talking there.
So Magil we've seen, but not under that name. This is Radical Dreamers, Le Trésor Interdit. I don't... Radical Dreamers is so weird. So Radical Dreamers is a... visual novel. That is the genre of game. Visual novels are largely known for being sort of a transport mechanism for pornography and or a transport mechanism for stories written by men who emotionally peaked around age 15, and largely that is what they are. But also, when they're not that, visual novels are the continuation of sort of text adventure games, which were one of the first styles of games for computers, for like full computers rather than arcades. And visual novels add to text adventures basically a screen, graphics. So that's, you know, they're visual novels in the same way that an interactive fiction is just a novel that you can interact with. A visual novel adds graphics to that. I can't skip this. Are you kidding me? I'm pressing all the buttons. Wow. We can skip this with fast motion. Jeez. So the other weird thing about Radical Dreamers is that it was delivered through SNES's satellite device that was only ever available in Japan. So it was certainly never offered in English originally. This was translated. That's why the copyright shows the translator as well. And my buttons aren't working at all. Great. Please hold. Just a second. I need to fix that.
Plate. You enjoy your plate. It was very plate, even if it was just a plate. Okay? Yahweasel looked into the telescope. In the distance on the island, something sparkled. Whoa, whoa! Whoa, whoa! Whoa, that is beyond sparkling. That just launched. What? No, don't climb into the rocket! What? Why would you do that? Wait, what? I don't want to sound like, you know, a father coming down on his irresponsible child, but when a rocket appears out of nowhere, you might want to consider for a moment whether this is actually a blessing or death. Death is a major possibility. So we're here now on this island. I immediately go to the doghouse, no problem. Okay. Hey, you just abducted children. What's up with that? Have you ever tasted strawberry? Okay. So, he sends a rocket to abduct children. They get here, and he asks, have you ever tasted strawberry tofu? Is that a euphemism? I have not. Wasps!
We return. Hey, I can press buttons now. That's like a huge improvement. So this game was delivered via satellite. Le text speed, le slow est le plus. It doesn't even let me choose slow, just normal or fast. Okay, I'll go with fast then. Congratulations on your English. That sure isn't fast. So, this game, you cannot play through this once. I mean, you can, but you must play through it multiple times, really, to get all of the various sort of routes through it. And in fact, it unlocks routes when you... Like, certain routes aren't available until you've already been through it. It's very weird. You'll see as we go along. Boy, did her information help. I thought the perimeter's counterspell... Oh, this must be Magil. Boy, did her information help. I thought the perimeter's counterspell would be quite a problem. Kid's braid sways gently from side to side in the cool nighttime breeze.
So far, we've managed to slip through the magical shield network undetected and sneak into Lynx's domain. Still, this inner region can make for some pretty rough travel. Kid, Magil, and I comprise this party of 3. There they are! Told you it was a graphical thing. It's been something like 3 years since Kid and I met. Back then I was a drifter, wandering wherever my music led me. I'm a bard? During my stay in the remote town of I ended up running into a girl who later joined me, leading to the beginning of all this. That girl was a child. I mean, her name was Kid. Kid is a thief, of course, like everyone who's a child. Like everyone named Kid, not even 17 years old. Already she's widely renowned as a top professional thief. To make matters worse, she's cute, devilishly stylish, and has a sparkling personality. Yeah, she looks devilishly stylish, what with her wearing just like a brown tunic. So stylish, and has a sparkling personality, and boy, she can cook. If you ask her, that is. As opposed to if you don't ask her, but, like, she doesn't spontaneously cook, you know, like all people. Well, to be completely honest, she has her share of problems as well. Such as being a thief! She likes to think of herself as kind of Robin Hood, stealing from the rich and giving to the poor, but that's just not the case. At times, her sharp tongue can get the best of her, viciously lashing out at anyone who stands in her way. She exaggerates every other word and sometimes lies outright. And as for listening to other people, well, forget it. When it comes to money, well, I've never met anyone greedier in my life. Her relentless pursuit of wealth is ironic, considering she's a nomad like me. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on her. She has her good points, too. She can really... You just said she had her good... You were talking about her good... Whatever. She can really shine sometimes when she wants to. Glancing back over my shoulder, I notice a silhouette silently emerging from the grove that looks suspiciously like Magus from another video game, but his name is Magil, so it certainly can't be the same person. Magil. This associate of Kids is known to us only as Magil of the Shadows. Ooh, dramatic. I know next to nothing about him, except for the fact that he somehow knew Kid before I came into the picture. A high-class magician of some sort. He looks to be about 30. He usually keeps to himself, though. The top half of his face is covered with a mask at all times. I've never even seen what he really looks like. At times, it seems though I'm hanging around with... Why? No! Okay, give me a second. I'll get to what I was just complaining about. At times, it seems as though I'm hanging around someone from another world. Hyphen... This isn't even ASCII. You could have used any symbol you wanted to. Like, I don't know, a frickin' dash. Instead, it's hyphen. It's just graphics in the ROM. It could have been anything. Traveling with this pack is definitely an interesting experience. Kid's quiet about her past, too. But it's like I knew her entire life story compared to how little I know about Magil. From time to time, I find myself wondering if he's Magus, wondering if he's Janus, wondering where he came from, and so on. I'd ask Kid, but I get the impression she knows as little about him as I do. You might be wondering, how did I end up in a place like this? How did I end up where I am now? Well, there's a lot of reasons, I suppose, and I'm going to spend 6 more pages of text describing them. I guess you could say that life doesn't always go how you plan. Suddenly, Kid comes to an abrupt stop. What was her voice? See, someone wants to say hello. Out of a nearby thicket, 2 shimmering eyes catch my attention. Whatever it is, it's staring at me silently. After a few moments, a few more pairs of eyes appear. They seem to be surveying the area. A deep feline growl breaks the uncomfortable silence, almost like a lynx, and I realize we're being hunted by a pack of feral cats. A few of these figures slowly... Like just house cats. Just feral means domesticated, but now wild. So literally feral cats means it's house cats hunting us. I think you'll be okay, guy. You'll manage. I look behind me, only see that they've already encircled us. Few more slowly creep in, now totaling about 10. Chills run down my spine. In a daze, I clumsily unsheath my knife, grasping it tightly as I bite my lip. Kid stands ready with an air of composure. Careful, mate. These buggers are probably rabid. The growling increases, now a constant rumble all around us. Their yellow eyes shimmer like jack-o'-lanterns while saliva drips from their snarling jaws. The middle one's stomach gurgles as its eyes widen, fixed directly on me.
Looks like we ain't getting out of this one without a fight.
What do we do? And it is indeed interactive. What would be the stupidest thing to do? Oh, do it quickly is the thing. Come on, let's go. Kid suddenly dives into the pack, delivering an awesome kick to one of the beasts. Didn't realize I was on a timer there. A painful howl fills the air, adding to the already heated commotion. The cat crouches, readying itself for a pounce. With its claws extended, it suddenly leaps towards me. I instantly dive out of the way. The razor-sharp claws miss my chest, yet still manage to tear a painful scratch into my side. I die. Damn it! Gritting my teeth, I regain my focus. And I'm just gonna let go of the controller again and just see what happens if I do nothing. I'll bet I can die really early in this game. Hearing growling behind me, I turn around to realize there's another one at my heels. My muscles clench as the animal tears into my shin. Damn it! I struggle to compose myself and stand firm. However, the growls continue to increase, petrifying me.
Quit stalling. Oh, my name is Surge, apparently. Quit stalling, Surge.
Kid's voice returns my focus.
What now? Nothing! Nothing! No focus! I refuse to do anything! I just want to die as early as possible in this game!
Out of the forest, a ferocious cat charges at me. I narrowly slip by. Whew. However, as I look down, I see another snarling at me right at my feet. In a panic, I scramble to ready my knife. Quickly!
Nah, I don't like quickly. You can't tell me to fast, game. I'll be as slow as I damn well please.
The cat crouches, readying itself for a pounce. With its claws extended, it suddenly leaps towards me. I instantly dive out of the way. The razor-sharp claws miss my chest, yet still manage to tear a painful scratch into my side. Am I in a loop? Oh, it just put me in a loop. I think it put me in a loop. Dang it, I was really hoping it would let you just die stupidly. Magic time! As I try to remember to spell, a cat suddenly leaps directly at my head, its huge jaws wide open. No! I raise my arm to guard my face. Pain sears into my arm. Struggling and tangling with the creature, I manage to pry it off and keep it at a distance.
Surge, behind you!
I turn around to see that I'm now face to face with a pair of those ravenous yellow eyes. Attack them! There's no time to attack. I duck as the cat lunges and snaps at me. I smell the body odor of the cat's breath, the bloody odor of the cat's breath as it passes overhead. Just as I think it's past me, I feel its claws dig into my back. Scrambling out of the way, I manage to shove my knife upwards, planting it deep within the animal's belly. The sound of death canned heard as the cat falls to the ground before me, barely moving. Almost delirious, I lose balance and fall to my knees. Rolling over, I manage to shake off the confusion before any of the other cats can get closer to me. I take a deep breath and try to tighten my grip on my knife, now slippery with sweat. Then out of nowhere, Kid flashes across my field of vision, landing a direct hit onto the cat beside me. The cat screeches in pain as Kid pins it to the ground, stomping and kicking it with all her rage. Without a moment's delay, she boots the animal up underneath its jaw. It moves no more. All of a sudden, the crazed atmosphere gives way to a war cry behind me. I rip around to see Magil's Inferno spell, setting a cat's head ablaze. It jumps up, screeching and howling in madness before running away wildly. In confusion, it runs directly into a tree and knocks itself out cold.
Well, the dramatic music's gone, so I guess we survived that. I guess it won't let you die that early.
I look around and see that only one of the pack hasn't been taken care of yet. As Kid and I start to close in on the beast, it bolts, fearing for its life.
I did just save state there. Since this was delivered over satellite, there was no way to save at all. There's no saving built into the game, so I am going to save state. Too bad.
Well, that was some workout, eh, mate? My voice is subtly changing,
says Kid, coming towards me as she tends to her arm. I take a deep breath as I look around, trying not to step on too many of the bodies. I can step on a few, though. Am I going to be all right?
Is it going to give me an option? Can I choose no?
I sure took some blows back there.
I'll be the first. No, you took some scratches. Blows are blunt in attacks. I'll be the first to admit I really haven't been in too many of these situations before. Danger wasn't my calling, I suppose. I try to look at Janus, Magil, despite knowing how he'll react. Are you all right? With an expressionless face, he looks down at me blankly.
You need not worry about me.
Wow, the affection just overflowing from that guy is just overflowing. However, I probably shouldn't start complaining now. We've still got a long way to go. We haven't even set foot inside Viper Manor yet. What a name. Kid glances over at me, seeming eager as ever, ready to tackle what's next.
You gonna hang around all night or what, mate?
No way, let's go. Yeah, let's go, whatever.
Hey, come here.
Trying to ignore my aches and pains, I head over towards Kid.
Good job back there, mate.
She comes closer. I can see the reflection of the moon in her eyes as she gives me a warm, comforting punch in the gut.
But come on, we can't just stand around all night. There's treasure waiting to be found.
I'm still lost in her eyes as she starts to set me off.
Hey, here's some of that classic visual novel story as written by someone who emotionally peaked at 15.
Magil continues behind her without a hitch. I hurry to catch up behind the two. In a place like this, getting separated would be a bad idea. We continue to make our way through this natural labyrinth of wood and rock. Somewhere, quietly waiting within this huge forest, Viper Manor beckons us. Deep within lies the treasure we've come for. $12.37. Lord Lynx, as he's formerly known, is an aristocrat who governs the Regiona. Surely Regiona, if it's a word, is just a cognative region. He governs the region, Outlands. From the way Kid talks, he's apparently an old adversary of hers. Adversary, that's a word. Tonight, our goal is Lord Lynx's most prized possession, his left eyeball. A scarlet jewel known as the Frozen Flame. Besides being priceless, some say this beautiful stone harbors some sort of mystical power. They say many people have sought after the flame, but none have been victorious in stealing it. Viper Manor has claimed many lives. But we will succeed, because we can always restart the game, unlike the others. We pride ourselves on making the impossible possible. Besides, the way Kid talks about Lynx sometimes sounds like she's got an awfully personal vendetta against him. We can't lose. We've come too far to lose. We've been writing since we were 15 years old and haven't changed at all since then. And so, after having spent countless hours crossing this dreary, lonesome forest, the silhouette of a towering mansion finally comes into view through the trees. My throat hurts.
Damn SNES graphics. We made it.
Kid shouts.
Your days are numbered, Legs.
We quickly make our move, quietly dashing out from behind a thicket. Once at the mansion wall, we creep stealthily along the perimeter, searching for an entry point. I'm trying not to go Solid Snake. After a short while, we come up on a terrace near a garden which looks relatively inviting. It doesn't look like there are any guards on patrol. Still, the mansion gives off a strange sort of morbid feeling. It's quiet as death. Magil gazes up at the towering fortress.
We can enter the West Wing from here. There's no need to look elsewhere.
Okay, let's go, Kid says, jumping over the terrace handrail.
Halt!
Shouts Magil from behind, staring at Kid.
Our goal is the Frozen Flame, not vengeance on Lord Lynx. Remember this, Kid.
Aye, no prob, she says, glancing over her shoulder. I've taken your voice.
Ain't gonna be nothing to it, like taking candy from a baby. We'll be out of here before that slimy rat knows what hit him. Yeah, you low-down good-for-nothing bastard, I'll make you pay.
There she goes again.
Come on, I'm getting tired of waiting around,
she yells before bolting into the mansion. Magil shakes his head in silence as I chase after Kid, already deep inside, if you know what I mean. The darkness engulfs me. Dramatic.
Passages extend to the left and right. Wherever we turn, darkness awaits. I always follow the left wall, so how about the left passage? As though we're inside a gigantic snake, the passageway twists and turns, stretching deeper and deeper into the mansion. We now stand in almost complete and utter darkness. Just a trace of moonlight manages to illuminate the path. I stop for a moment and realize it's now completely silent. I feel as though we're being watched, silently, by every single being in this dreadful house. Taking a deep breath, I move on. Do you still read the messages? Asks Elon in chat. I'm not so engrossed with the story that I'm not looking at the chat. It's just that nobody's chatting because they're engrossed with my amazing voice acting. And I set my foot down slyly. With the stealth of a cat, yet so valiantly composed, Kid follows behind in stride. Drifting in and out of the shadows, the macabre figure of Magil looks out from behind. The Weaver of Fate has surely by now taken notice of us, cradling us carefully in her arms. We just invent gods to survive, basically. Story over? Hello? After a while, the path splits into 3 directions. To the left is a descending staircase, while the path on the right extends into darkness. Another passageway lies ahead. How do I have 4 options? Oh, I can head back. Okay. Well, you know me. I'm gonna go left. Follow the left wall. Take the stairs. As I start to slowly descend the stairs in the dim light, I stretch my hands out in front of me to try and feel for something. However, all I'm greeted with is the moist feeling of these grimy stone walls. We've descended the staircase. To the left lies a huge stone archway, and to the right we can see a narrow path twisting into the darkness. We can go right, we can go through the archway, or we can head back up the stairs. Well, you know me, follow the left wall. Peeping in from the arched entryway, Kid looks astonished. Wow, look at this. I heard about these things. They're called atriums. What? Wow, it's an atrium. I've heard about that kind of advanced technology. Wow, nice atrium. A large fountain sits in the center of this beautiful room. Looking across the way, another archway similar to this one leads off into the darkness. Whoa, cold, Kid exclaims, taking her hand out of the water. Coming to her side, I kneel down and peer into the pond. Leaning over the beautiful marble edge, I too feel the chilly water, and then instantly die. From deep beneath the surface, a number of fish start to swim toward us. These buggers look expensive. I can't see the bottom of the pond. I wonder how deep it is. The fish are a little restless, splashing here and there. Suddenly, Kid tugs at my arm, jerking my hand out of the water. Before I can ask why, one of the fish leaps out, snapping at me. We scramble to our feet and take a few steps back from the fountain. Many other fish soon follow, jumping out of the water, snapping at us. A few land outside the pond. I kick one of them into a corner. Watching it violently squirm around, it appears to be a piranha. More and more of them emerge from the apparently bottomless depth. Having gotten a fresh scent of game, the piranhas start to splash around more viciously now, getting water everywhere. I wonder how many of these things could be in there. It looks like there are more and more of them emerging every second. Suddenly, a dark red liquid starts to erupt from the fountain. Kid leaps back at me. I'm shocked as well, because it's my own blood. Staring dumbfoundedly at the erupting fountain, the gushing red liquid shoots higher and higher. The water level in the pond rapidly rises, taking on a disgusting red hue. Before long, the water level has started to overflow onto the floor. A bead of sweat rolls down my brow as I realize that the room is about to fill with water. We might be able to make it to a safe distance before the piranhas reach us. Quick, what do we do? Make a run for the exit, head back. Make a run for the far exit. Quick, the exit over there. With the water now up to my calves, I find I can't move very fast at all. The dyed water, now sticky like blood, splashes violently as I make for the opposite end of the room. Below me, I can feel the sharp stab of those tiny razor-sharp teeth digging into my legs. Wincing in pain, I turn around. Quick, what do I do? Keep running! Don't go back! Come on, we gotta get out of here now! Setting my sights on the far exit, I start frantically splashing water through the murky water. With the water level now risen above my calves, I find I can't move very fast. The room has taken on a nasty smell, too, An awful mixture of blood, fish, and salt water. Oh, it's salt water. Ugh. Ah! 2 fish. Okay, time to retire that voice. My throat hurts. 2 fish have simultaneously bitten into my left thigh and right ankle. Hacking away at the 2, I rid myself of their visceral grasp and continue to make a run for it. However, it's still a ways to the exit. What do I do? Far too late to turn around now. Damn it, it's hopeless. Setting my sights on the far exit, I start frantically splashing through the murky water. With the water level now risen up above my calves, I find I can't... Well, this is the same. From behind me, Magil's arrows of light dart into the water, disintegrating the lightning-fast fish. Oh no! Just now I slip on a fish, sending me splashing into the water. The next moment, from all around me, I start to feel sharp stabbing pains as a dozen fish swarm at me, and then a dozen more, and then... Ah! Oops, I died. Gee, it was weird of my grandfather to write about the story of his own death. And so I died. That is an odd thing to write in a book. Yeah, it's pretty weird. And then the game restarts. For next time, until then, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, I've got thousands more. Just click that channel button. Cheers. From Yahweasel. Okay, I need a break. I'll be back soon. Die, Electro Wasp! Okay, I need to get away from that situation. Die!
Yiga's monstrous plan must have been sent in motion somewhere on Earth. If you start... Oh, again, I occasionally have this moment where it's like, what the hell am I doing? The only reason I'm going here is to see if it triggers an event. Aha! An event! Ilden actually cares! Wake up! Can't you learn to act like a real mystic? Ilden! Decide for yourself what you're going to do from now on. I'll escort you a little longer. Oh, thank Jeebus I at least got him back. I'll tell you exactly what I want. Oh, everybody else came back! Oh! Oh! We're back to the dramatic conversation time, I guess. Well, we're going with whatever Google Translate says is the right translation. The Sperm Master says, I said the pastor, I'm so violent, will you give me a shield to die? Our favorite character has slightly changed her name. You need to go to a doctor. You need to get that looked into. That's a problem. That's like chlamydia. Okay, try not to off-screen to the left.
Oh, hang on. Is it hitting the debris of the blocks?
Oh, God, you must be kidding me. No way. No, I don't buy that. My fear is that I'm completely wrong and this isn't... Oh, I caught him. Use bellows. You capture the air elemental in the bellows and proudly put them away. And they all reappear instantly. Wish the thing becomes fine. Do you know what is invisible pleasure? And eat a mushroom. You ate a few. Whoa, okay. Wow, that was pretty wild. It's probably not a good idea to eat too many of these mushrooms, though. Woo! Okay. So that's what the mushrooms do. I'll have to keep that in mind if I ever need to be in a psychedelic world, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to do with that exactly. Oh, no, this is a... It's a goo rod. Guys, it's a goo rod. Oh, why is it a goo rod? No, I can't go on this way. I think he was always a dick, and he just continues to be a dick, and that's all there is to it. Oh, I thought we were gonna dive off. What?
Okay.
But there was nothing down there.
Can we use something with down?
Use shovel with down. I good at English. Use shovel with down. Examine down. In this episode, let's see which one of these chests contains the rotting corpse of my mother. Oh, that was a total coincidence. I could give him the peace statue. That's incredibly valuable. That's a plot crucial item. You just gave away the item you needed to prove you completed the rites of peace. Smooth maneuver, Hoover. I hope you saved your game recently if you wanted to win the game. Oh, I'm dying from the poison. Well, you're gonna die first. No.
I can't believe it. I ain't telling you nothing. At least I'll die knowing you're hosed. When you die and go to Hades, tell him Bruno sent you.
Okay. Let me into my inventory. I gotta get this poison cure pill in.
Dead. Good for you. Should have died long time ago. Much better for you. You okay?
No!
Look good.
I would have taken the poison cure pill if it had let me. It was in my inventory. I'm fine, though, apparently. Okay.
And why is whatever this is in quotes? Oh no! Help! This is like the first scene in porn. That's why it's a sarcastic cry for help. Boy, I've just invented in my mind, like, the worst porn plot ever. We're on the Titanic, it's going down. I'm ashamed of myself.
Oh, man. I'm having a seizure from this screen. Seizure warning, please, future Yahweasel. Doopy-doop-doo. Now I will use my wand to bring back my family. Oh no! Mordak! What's going on here? Mordak! I'll take care of Mordak! You Mordak! Wait, I'm Mordak. Graham, great news! I've heard from Crispin. Oh
Hooray!
no! What the Mordak? What have you done to my Mordak? My little Mordak, as I call it. You think you can outwit me, little Mordak? Ha! Let me show Mordak a thing of Mordak. Now I'm a crazy bat thing. I killed your mate. You fine with that? I'll chop you in half! Yeah, I'll bet she's not so happy about that. I've seen this many times before. Okie dokie! Oh, great opening for this episode! I don't know where I might find wine. I was assuming that I might find it around... Oh, the pub, obviously. I have to go to the Eastern... so I just can't get wine then? Just can't actually get wine? Is this wine? It's not. Would you like some mead? I can find mead. Okay. Kind of assumed if you need wine, you go to a pub. Not the case. I mean, frankly, if you need wine, you don't go to a pub, you go to a nice restaurant, but... you know, if you need wine and all you've got is a pub, you go to the pub. What's... What's the vintage on that bag of wine back there? No, that's the ketchup. Hello, Yahweasel. So I heard that you got a new girlfriend on your journey. Yes, it's a stuffed bear. Oh, also Henry's following me around. Dramatic music. Dramatic music. It needed a drone. I am providing the drone. Dramatic music. Drone. Oh man. This is gonna be a tricky one. Oh God. Oh, that hurts a lot. We're not... I don't think I re-announced the stream when I changed games. Indeed, I didn't. That was rather silly of me. Let's actually let hypothetically somebody know that I'm playing Radical Dreamers and not Portal for Commodore 64 anymore. I might be. We'll see. You missed Portal entirely, Anorak Trent. Hello, this is Yahweasel. We start again, as you do. So I did save state, I could reload, but this game reacts to how many times you've played the game, so I'm not going to reload in that way very often. Instead, we're just going to do a little bit of fast motion here. Zzz. Ooh, actually, I know what I can do. Let's remap fast forwards to also be, say, this. There we go. That'll be a bit faster. Not as much faster as I thought, but faster. The video viewers are just going to get this all fast-forwarded through, but y'all on the stream, you just have to deal with this small amount of fast-forwarding. Actually, let's see if we can deal with this cat situation a bit less stupidly. Oh no, not feral cats. So let's just immediately attack. Let's just jump them. What do we do? Kill, kill, kill! I slash viciously at a nearby cat. Startled, it leaps back with incredible reflexes. I stay my ground, not getting any closer to the beast. Hearing a howl, I know I've hit my mark. Licking its wound, the animal recovers after a moment of pain. I ready my knife, waiting for my next chance to attack. Surge, behind you! I turn around to see that now I'm face to face with a pair of those ravenous yellow eyes. I think defend here. In desperation, I raise my arms in a cross, guarding my face. The beast catapults on me, throwing me down and pinning me to the ground. I scream from the bottom of my lungs, but not the top of my lungs, as I feel his sharp jaws clamp down on my skin. The beast straddles my body. Its teeth are now sunken deeply in my arm, my blood staining its fur as it growls. The pain is unbearable. I do everything in my power to struggle and break free, but the jaws are like an iron trap, gnawing and ripping flesh deeper and deeper with every passing second. Whoa, what was that? All of a sudden, the cat is hurled off me, thrown backwards by some incredible magic, obviously, cowers in a heap, away behind a tree, with a gaping hole in its belly. It roars helplessly. I look up to see Kid standing behind me, her knife dripping with blood. Yep, she did it. Squeezing the wound on my arm, I raise to my feet. I take a deep breath and try to tighten my grip on my knife, now slippery with sweat. Then, out of nowhere, Kid flashes. Okay, I think we've seen this. Yep, we've seen this. Thank you. Thank you. We've seen this. Yep, then Mad Jill does his thing. Fine, so one attack did the trick. Hey, back to fast motions. Zzz. I'm trying to sort of look a little bit at this to make sure nothing has changed yet. I'm going to follow the same path, except obviously not get killed by piranhas. Okay, this is new. Suddenly, Kid comes to a stop. Shh. I stand as stiff as a pole with my ears wide open. Before long, I hear it too. Footsteps. Footsteps that weren't here a moment ago. Somewhere in this huge, dark labyrinth, something's out there. Does it know we're here? It's louder now. It's coming for us, I'm sure of it. Oh my god, it's right here! It's a friend! Shivers run up my spine as I stare at the my spine as I stare at the atrocious fusion of a lion and an eagle, easily twice as tall as me. It looks like it hasn't taken notice of us yet. What am I supposed to do? Rush it or try to hide? Let's try to hide. Ah, shucks, you're no fun. Come on, Kid, hurry! Kid reluctantly hides with me behind a corner. Behind a corner, I squat down next to her, patiently holding my breath. Magil is nowhere to be seen, probably already hidden in the shadows. It kills us. I hear it approach from around the corner, flapping its wings wildly and billowing smoke from its nostrils. I can feel its immense body heat as it slowly draws closer and closer. Suddenly, it stops moving. Something's not right. It knows we're here. It raises its head and surveys the area. Oh no, we've been discovered! As its eyes become fixed directly on me, it stretches its wings out, readying itself for an attack. The griffin lets out a blood-curdling screech. All I can do is stare at it in fear, unable to move a muscle. Before I can even unsheath my knife, it starts to flap its wings viciously, conjuring a tremendous gust of wind. I'm knocked clear off my feet, banging my head up against a wall. Serge, you okay? My body aches from head to toe. I struggle to ignore the pain as I hastily get back up. I bend down to grab my knife. As I stand back up with it in my hand, I suddenly realize the griffin has already cornered me off. It stands no less than a few feet in front of me, its enraged red eyes glowing like ember. What am I gonna do now? Jump out of the way, ram it, or hit the deck? Hit the deck! The griffin's wings flare up, coming at me for a swatting attack. The moment I duck down low, I see its wings graze the air just inches above my head. That was a close call. I quickly get up and ready myself for what's next, trying to break free of that ferocious, visceral gaze. I remember the knife I'm holding and grip it tight. Kill him! Quickly switching my knife to a backhand grip, I swing at the griffin's neck with all my rage. The griffin writhes in pain as blood starts trickling down its neck. That seems like the right decision. All right, a weak spot. Twitching in pain, the griffin tries to get back up. Kid steps over to it with my knife in hand. How did she get it? Ready to finish the job. Don't move, Serge, I hear Kid shout. Suddenly she vaults over my shoulders from behind. Ha! All right, she's landed a powerful jump kick on the side of the griffin's neck. Its head snaps backwards, letting loose a terrifying howl. The griffin starts to slowly move in on me, one step at a time. Then, suddenly, it stops. With a blank look in its eyes, it stumbles a bit, and then comes crashing to the ground with a huge thud. Hey! I defeated the griffin, first try. Whew. You okay, mate? Yeah, I'm not bad. Everything's fine. I've got some bruises here and there, but nothing too serious. You? Are you kidding? I kicked that thing's arse so bad it didn't even have time to say its prayers. Yeah, we did pretty good back there, didn't we? You got a thing or two to learn, but you're getting there, mate. Kid's mischievous eyes sparkle as I glance at her for a moment in the dim moonlight. I set off down the corridor with her, ready for what's next. Am I ready for what's next? Oh, okay, we're back on track again. So I actually am going to go through the same archway. I'm just going to take a different escape mechanism. I like to try to stick with the same path and sort of vary as late as possible, because that just makes it it makes it easier to sort of cover everything. Yep, fine. Yep, great. Yep, fine. Yep, water's filling the area. Yep, great, thank you. Head back to the staircase. Come on, we're outnumbered by fish. Splashing through the water, we turn back, heading for the passageway from where we came. However, a few of them manage to sink their teeth into me before I can get away. Okay, this looks... Okay, nope, I kick off the last remaining few as I bolt out of this vile room. So that's probably not the correct solution to that problem, but it did solve something. Phew, what a close call. That rat bastard. Wait, that was me. Whew, what a close call. That rat bastard. Whatever trick he's got up his sleeves, it won't stop us for long. We're coming for you, Lynx. While resting on a wall to tend my wounds, I look up and notice something out of the ordinary. Hey, was this here before? Carved into the wall, a large marble sculpture of an intimidating face stares down at us coldly. It looks as though it's been sculpted by a fine artisan. It's very detailed. Hyphen. Its features are beautifully etched and barely eroded. It's a mouth of... Oh, it's a mouth of truth, Magil says. A what? A mouth of truth. The legend is that if you're given to lying, a mouth of truth will know it if you put your hands into its mouth. What a hard idea, Kid says, rolling her eyes. Let's see you do it, I say. Kid looks up worried, but seeing Magil behind her, feels a resolve and tentatively puts her hands into the mouth. Both? However, after a few seconds, nothing seems to be happening. Hey, what do you know? Guess I passed the test. Test? That can't be all there is to it. Ah, I know. Kid, how many pounds do you weigh? How much do you weigh, and specifically tell me in pounds? Don't give me this kilograms crap. 104. Kid suddenly takes on a worried look, but before she can remember her hands, the marble set of teeth clamps down onto her wrists. Hey, you stupid face, what's going on? The white marble teeth gnaw from side to side, becoming stained with red. Damn it, let me go! Magil calmly offers an explanation from behind us. Without saying something truthful to the best of one's ability, a mouth of truth will never let go. Not hearing him at all, Kid kicks the stone face in a fit of anger. Let me go, you stupid face. I swear I'm gonna knock your teeth in. Kid dies. Then, as swiftly as it closed, the mouth opens because she swore she was gonna knock its teeth in. I crouch down to Kid, who's kneeling on the floor, rubbing her wrists. Wow, I guess you weren't lying about knocking its teeth in. Course not, mate. I showed him good, bloody stone face. Well, that was a completely pointless exercise. You didn't put anything inside the mouth, did you, Kid? Oh, no, you didn't put anything inside the cat mouth, did you, Kid? Magil asks. What are you talking about? No! I walk over beside Magil and peer into the mouth. There, behind its teeth, is a large pink tongue. I think there's some sort of an indentation in it,
but I can't be sure. It's really far back in there. Maybe it wants us to put something on its tongue. Maybe that's the real test. Kid begins to take out her things. From in her pockets, under her shoes, and out of her hair, she gathers all sorts of personal effects. She stretches the pile of trinkets held in her hands out to me, smiling innocently. Guess it's my turn to face the test. As long as Kid's safe, I'm happy, I suppose. Wondering what the Mouth of Truth could possibly want, I reach out for one of her accessories. Mirror, file, centipede. Yeah, she just carries a centipede with her. Maybe he just wants food, special raisins. Try using a huge... She was just carrying a huge explosion with her? Just had one of those in her pocket? I've got this huge explosion, we could use that. I mean, raisins. I take some of Kid's special raisins. They're not normal raisins, they're special raisins out of their cloth bag and place them in the giant mouth. Munch, munch. Seems to be eating them. Hey, stop, you dumb rockhead. Those are emergency rations. Or raisins. Kid snatches the pouch back from me. Looking at the single morsel I have left in my hand, I find myself wondering what these so-called emergency rations taste like. Tasty. Serge, now you're eating them too? I'm not gonna have any left for real emergencies, Kid says, staring at me angrily. Yeah, right, I say to myself. I've never seen her offer any of them to me when I needed them. I guess raisins are pretty good emergency rations, you know, so long as you've got water, too. I kind of like the idea of the centipede. That's the only other thing I'm going to try. It's possible that we need something else. The silver mirror... Now, let's try the centipede. The centipede. You were carrying around a centipede with you this entire time? Perhaps it's a pet. It's only a toy, silly. Oh, okay. But still. It's for scaring fools like you and see it work. Boy, the things I'm learning about Kid these days. Anyhow, I take the rubber centipede and place it into the Mouth of Truth's mouth. Damn it, it's too slippery. I accidentally drop it down its throat. Serge, why do you keep losing my stuff? I can still reach it, I think. Didn't go that far down, I say, putting my whole arm inside. Goosebumps run up and down my body as I realize this thing could bite off my entire arm right now. Hold on. Come on, Serge, just a little more. Aha! Got it! I hope this thing is important to you. Yeah, losing it would be a drag, Kid answers. I wipe the sweat off my brow, letting out a deep sigh. Well, that didn't seem to work either. What else do you have? We could be here all night at this rate. Yeah, I think, all of them, there's like some almost logic to it, but I'm gonna give up for now. Let's go on to something else. Bewildered, I tell Kid to put her stuff away. Something gives me the feeling that none of these things are what it wants. There has to be something in the mansion that fits. We probably just haven't found it yet. We've got to keep our eyes peeled. Yeah, that makes sense. Come to a branch after a ways. To our right lies a staircase going up, while the start of a dark passageway is directly ahead. I'm not sure where I am now. To our right... Well then... Definitely take the passageway because follow the left wall. Proceed through the dark passageway. Before long, we're greeted with a beautifully ornate set of doors on the right. Strange. There's a distinct smell of flowers coming from here. Well, it's on the right, so through the passageway we go. Follow the left wall. After a while, the dark passageway ends at a polished, robust set of doors. Kid crinkles her nose in disgust. Something strange about this place. I don't feel right, mate. Probably just my imagination, though. Standing here in the cold darkness, Kid's hollow laugh does nothing but add to my fear. Okay, let's go inside. I'm terrified. Okay, onwards we go. These are apparently Lynx's quarters. No one seems to be here, however. We're right on top of you now, Lynx. Say your prayers, you bastard! Looking around, it's a very dilapidated room. Furniture is thrown about in all directions, and almost nothing matches. Taking a look at the room as a whole, there's no sense of harmony whatsoever. It's very suggestive of a chaotic mind.
Okay, looks like we gotta search through this mess. I sift through a number of odd items adorning the room. There's a cluttered desk, a painting that's hanging unevenly on the far wall, and a picture on the side table, among other things. In one corner of the room stands a tall, curious object of some sort. A scarlet cloth has been placed over it, covering it up. It looks like a mirror. As I slowly reach my hand to uncover it, Magil suddenly says, "Please avoid reckless interference!" Taking his advice, I return my hand to my side. However, the cloth suddenly starts to fall off on its own. How convenient. It was a mirror. No wonder it looked like a mirror. I didn't touch it, I swear! What, did it just leap off all by itself? Kid asks, rolling her eyes. A large mirror has been uncovered. Fancifully decorated, it looks to be a high-priced arabesque antique. I got a bad feeling about this. Then all of a sudden, hi! The reflection of the Venus statue opens its eyes, staring at us through the mirror. Is there something you seek? The statue's reflection asks in a soft, womanly voice. The voice seems to be coming from the statue in front of me, but only the mirror's reflection seems to be moving. It can talk. It's a mirror of whispers, Magil says, examining it closely. What is it, though? I just said it's a mirror of whispers, you idiot! It's a looking glass that harbors a living spirit. The spirit is free to roam throughout nearby mirrors, able to see into our everyday lives. They're known to be quite wise. Is there anything you wish to ask? Wow, a million questions come to mind. How about I ask where to get the treasure we're seeking, like a sensible person might do? Fair. Who is saying very well? Is it her? Oh, very well. The reflection of the statue begins to ripple a little. Gradually, the mirror fades into darkness. However, after a minute or two, nothing materializes. What could this mean? Worthless piece of junk. Come on, let's get back to work, Kid says, flexing her quick temper. You know, you need to flex it occasionally. We resume our search, disregarding the mirror. I take another extensive look at the room, reminding myself it's important not to miss a single detail. What should I do now? Let's rely on Magil's experience. What's the best thing to do now, Magil? Magil promptly disappears into the room's shadows. One by one, from the desk to the display shelf to the statues, I see his shadows shuffle around the room. Before long, Magil materializes from behind the desk with something in his hand. Something was dropped here! It's a few small envelopes. Opening them, we find a map of 3 copper coins and other recently unsent mail. Ooh, I'm gonna put the copper coins in the mouth. Worthless bastard, where's all your good stuff? Kid grumbles. I need to wait for any quotes to finish so I know who's saying them. I am just immediately going to put that in the mouth. I found some coins. I know the story of Karen. I'm going to put them in the mouth. I should go through this door because follow the left wall. But I'm going to go back to that, go back to the mouth. Technically, I haven't read exactly this, but, oh, wait. Wait, what? Can I only see... What? Where did the mouth of truth go? Do I have to go via the archway and back again? Are you serious? There's no way in hell I'm going back there to be eaten alive. Yeah, losing a leg or two wouldn't do a thing for your girlish figure. Having stopped before the atrium, we once again turn to the ominous mouth of truth. So that's the only way to get to the mouth. That's weird. Me again? Okay, yep, fine. Coins, coins, coins. Oh, I don't have the coin. What? This game is weird. I kind of want to try the mirror. There's something about truth in a mirror. I take the small silver mirror into my hands and place it into the huge marble mouth. Well, no sign of tooth decay here. The mouth doesn't budge an inch. Whatever's supposed to happen isn't happening. Kid takes the mirror from me and fixes her hair a little. Oh man, she looks so cute when she does that. We should test others before we stop, Magil advises.
I mean, I could just go one by one, but take the file and place it in the marmoreal mouth of the truth. Doesn't seem to fit the tongue, but then, damn it. Oh, this happened again.
Ah, what do you have to go and do that for? Nail files don't grow on trees, Serge. Don't you know how important one of those things is to a lady?
Whoa, so now I see your true colors. What was that for, I ask, reeling back from her slap.
That's the last of my things you'll be getting your hands on.
Come on, kid, it won't happen again, I promise.
All right, I guess, kid says, showing me the rest of her trinkets. I'm only doing this for the flame.
Oh, did we just actually lose it? It's just gone now? Oh, no. Okay, I guess I must have gotten it back somehow. I mean, I can just try everything. Oh, wait! Fishing line actually makes sense. What if we fished something out from the throat? I take the thin silk thread into my hand and hang it down the huge marble mouth.
That's a silk fishing line taken from a royal silkworm. Be careful with it.
I can feel it hook onto something as the thread gives a bit of a tug. Looking in, it appears to be some sort of paper. All right, we're on to something for sure, a kid says, trying to look inside. She tilts her head forward, trying to see in better, and then it bites off her head. Then the mouth of truth stretches out its tongue.
Ah, what the heck?
Where the tongue licked us, we start to feel a warmth, which gradually spreads over our bodies. Whoa, we're being healed. I didn't even know we had hit points. Leaning against the wall, Magil somberly asks us, "What now?" Well, wait, did I not get the paper? Get the paper, you idiot! What? Just don't do that this time. Well, that's insane. Okay. Fine, try the lipstick, why not? I take the lipstick and smear some of it on the on the mouth of truth's marble lips. Hey, my lipstick! It explodes at the mere sight of my wasting the lipstick. It's a shame. I thought it did a very good job of prettying the marble face up.
That's not what it's used for.
Just strange for you to have something like this when you're with you in the first place, kid.
What, now you're saying it's weird for me to own cosmetics?
Nope. No, not really.
You better buy me a new one once you get out of here.
All right, I'll owe it to you, I answer apologetically. You won't be letting you forget about this one very easily, I can tell. I mean, the fishing line actually worked. Fine, let's just blow the damn thing up. Should I take a ball of gunpowder out of Kid's hand and place it within the huge stone mouth? But nothing happens.
Do it, Serge, Kid says, putting some matches in my hand.
Why didn't you give me matches before? I don't know about this.
Do it.
I don't know, really. Suddenly I hear the sound of the fuse burning. Kid's already lit the bomb. I quickly run for cover in a far corner. As the smoke clears, I start to see the hideous remains of the cracked mouth of truth. From beside me, I watch Kid dust herself off and walk over to the mutilated stone face with yet another bomb. Come on, Kid, we don't need to completely demolish it.
It ain't dangerous, mate. It's just a little fire.
Kid glances over at my face. I'm practically begging her to stop.
All right already. You never want to have any fun,
Kid says, kicking some dirt around. Well, what next? What? We're still here, but we just blew it up! For next time. Until then, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, do leave a like below. Cheers from Yahweasel. And either no one's chatting, or more likely, no one's watching anymore. Yahweasel's tips on getting 0 viewers. Play Radical Dreamers. Hello, you're still there. Hello, this is Yahweasel. This is Radical Dreamers. I don't reply to every comment because I just don't have a reply to every comment. I do read them all, but I just might not Oh, wow. Hi, Alexander. You never said hello at all, so I had no idea you were there. I don't reply to every comment, because sometimes I just don't have a reply. So, the only thing we have left to try is understanding why suddenly I can't move. Why did it, like, deconfigure it? What the hell? Oh, come on, emulator! Like, I paused, and it deconfigured all the buttons. What is going on? What the hell? Okay, please hold. Well, there's the... Oh, God, everything crashes in. Oh, well, okay, yep. Oh, it's Satan. Hi, Satan. What's up?
Look at it. It's beautiful.
It's Satan. Bye, Satan. Thanks. I think I have... Oh, this is not a photo moment. Go away. The giant blob thing seems like a real nightmare. Oh my god. Oh. No. He's joining us too. That means we have more than a full complement. What? Everyone else is gone? What? What? Where's Ilden? Where's everyone? How is Rouge gone? What? Did we even get their stuff back? Hey, you've got coins in your body. Give them to me.
Up here, the winter is so cold, even the wind howls about it.
But, how are you gonna get...
It's good to have my wit about me again. Nothing worse than someone who can't take a joke or one that tries to tell one and can't. Before you helped me, when I told a joke, people always clapped their hands. Unfortunately, it was always over their ears.
Why is the narrator reading this?
So I'm leaving before they write me out of town on a nail. A short joke there.
What? Why did the narrator read that? Did he hand them to me on a card or something? Thank you, mouse cursor, for just appearing back in the middle of the screen there. Millions of years ago. Oh god, the mouse cursor won't go away. Dinosaurs invented space travel. Oh, the mouse cursors keep going back to the middle. A Tyrannosaurus named Rex was their first dino-naut. This is his story. Oh, mouse cursor, why? Anyway, so this is the game where I sit here and be confused about how to play this game. Don't watch my weapon, watch my eyes. Yeah, right. I'll watch all 2 pixels of your eyes. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna dance. I was born to dance, dance, dance. Just imagine that icon flipping back and forth.
Yeah, I agree.
One brief reconfiguration later. Well, I've only got one other thing to try, so sure. I take the worn leather scroll into my hands and examine it. What's this? Secret ninja training techniques? I ask sarcastically. Kid smiles lazily, rolling her eyes. I unfasten the tie and open up the scroll. Oh, wow. Strange symbols are written in length on the scroll. A lot has been written here. It appears it took some time to write. Judging by my fact that this is something of importance, Kid walks over and takes a look. Oh, it's an Imperial code chart primer. It's used for transmitting information through enemy lines. Really? I can't read any of it. You gotta show us how to use this thing. What would I want to do that for? Ruin the secrecy, she says, walking off alone. Maybe she can't read it either. Okay, well, what are we gonna do about this big old hunk of rock? Kids asks hastily. Well, I wanted to put the coins in, but apparently that's not an option. So I guess I'll just give up then. Bewildered, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's go back to that other door. Okay, let's continue down the passageway. Thank you.
This is where we should have gone before, following the left wall, but didn't. We come to a comfortably decorated room. Small trinkets have been placed on the desk and shelves, adding some charm. The owner of this room has obviously gone to great lengths to try and bring a somewhat graceful lifestyle into this otherwise dark mansion. Still, the room seems to carry an unsettling stillness with it. Bet it's Lake's daughter's room, Kid says, surveying some of the items. The letter on the desk and the warm teacup... It's still warm? On the warm teacup, hint of a woman living here. I mean, we shouldn't be here, while... Like, she was obviously here 5 minutes ago. However, after searching the room, no one is found. All we find are various odds... Okay, that's Magil. I was freaking out for a second. Odds and ends. A beautifully arranged set of flowers, a white handkerchief carelessly tossed aside. We just pace up and down the room. A small bottle of perfume and so on. All of this stuff adds atmosphere to the room. None of it is really worth anything to us. Kid also seems to feel this way, disregarding most of the stuff in here. She picks up a small box, decorated with a serpentine coat of arms. However, like the rest of the items in here, it looks like it's of little worth to us. What should I do now? Check the bed, ask Kid to open the small... Well, let's open the small box. As Kid slowly opens the box, a comforting melody fills the air. That song, Kid suddenly says, standing up beside me. I look over to her, seeing her expression has changed to vulnerable curiosity. Chasing a long-lost memory. Such just... What am I... Hammy writing? Or else? What does that mean, Elon? You know this song, Kid? Yeah. A long time ago, someone I knew used to sing it to me. Lakes, specifically. She turns away from me, rubbing her eyes. Is she Lynx's child? Kid, I say softly, putting my hands on her shoulder. After a moment or two, she looks back at me. Tears are running down her cheeks. Without saying a word, Kid walks quickly to the door. Hey, wait up, Kid, I say, chasing after her. Okay, so we seem to have kind of done all we can with Lynx's quarter. For the time being, anyway. Actually, you know what? I could try asking the mirror a better question. There are lots of things I could ask, but instead I can only ask... Well, in that case... I don't even get a choice. Oh my god, it's... Fine, in that case, tell me about your past if I can only ask one question. After a moment of silence, the statue's reflection starts to speak in a very humble tone. You have interest in my past? Yeah, what in blazes are you? Kid interrupts. Well, it's probably been 300 years already since I was crafted in the realm of the looking glass. Statue's soft voice explains. The realm of the looking glass, I ask. It's the flip side of this world, a world which harbors the objective contents of thoughts. Magil. Oh, whoops, that was Magil. It's the flip side of this world, a world which harbors the objective contents of thoughts, Magil quickly answers. I need to wait, to know who's talking. Passing through the hands of many owners, I traveled far and wide throughout many lands. So how did you end up here, Kid asks. I came here with a kindred spirit, but now I am alone. Furthermore, now that I'm without others of my own kind, I've begun to fade. I'm so lonely. Tears trickle down the statue's face as it begins to whip me quietly. If we come across any other mirrors like you, we'd surely come back and tell you, I say, trying to comfort it. Thank you so much. Your kindness shines, truly. The Venus statue bows its head deeply, and with that, the reflection returns to its normal appearance. Indeed, we have yet to explore much of this mansion, Magil says, heading for the door. Indeed we have! Okay, let's get out of this whole sort of side of the mansion. I mean, I kind of want to go back in here and explore a bit farther. You know what? I'm already here. I'll explore a bit farther. Yes, enter the room, please. Yes? Did the game freeze? What the hell? Are you serious? I chose enter the room and the game is just frozen. For realsies? For realsies? No, I didn't choose enter the room. It's just that my controller has gone mad. What the hell? Yeah, something is very wrong with my controller. It keeps on just turning itself off or something. Yep, we come into this same room. We've already been here, blah, blah, blah. Yep, fine. No one is found, blah, blah, blah. Oh, hello. A breeze coming in through a slightly open window refreshes me a little. Wait, that window wasn't open before. Someone was just in here, it seems. Let's come back another time. We don't want to get caught snooping around. For the time being, we leave Riddell's room. Okay. So I guess we're not allowed back in here for now. Okay, so let's pass the atrium. There's not a lot to do with that for the moment. So let's take the stairs. I follow Kid up the narrow set of stairs, hoping not to lose my balance. We've ascended the staircase. In front of us, paths extend in 3 directions. To the left lies a dark corridor, and to the right leads us out onto the terrace. This path also continues on ahead. Let's go left into the dark corridor. We head down the path. After a while, it ends at a stained wooden door. Go in? Sure, why not? I have no idea who's saying this. Guess this is the study. This huge room is faintly lit by the moonlight, shining in through a tall window. In the back of the room stands a large, ornately decorated desk. Row after row of bookshelves house thousands of thick, dusty books. A painting is hung on the rear wall, sharing space with various exotic curios. There's too many bookshelves to explore. Let's look at the painting. I walk over and examine the painting, illuminated by the pale moonlight. The watercolor painting depicting a peculiar scenario. Within the painting, it appears to be day and night, as well as spring, summer, autumn, and winter, all at the same time. Everything looks melted away, fading into everything else. We could have shown you this with images because this is a visual novel, but instead we've decided to describe it in words. At the core of this swirling, chaotic maelstrom, there's a small black gem, burning with a deep red flame inside of it. What is it, mate? Find something valuable? Well, that gem that's painted appears to be the frozen flame. Kid comes over to my side and reaches out for a fancy plate. The ransom for just one of these could feed a family for an entire year, I bet. Suddenly she stops, looking over towards me. Come on, there's no wrong in taking it. Let's focus on the flame, kid. Why? Just steal whatever you want to. She's a thief. After a moment, she hesitantly puts the decorated plate back on the shelf. Suddenly, we start to hear footsteps coming this way. Though they aren't that loud, they boom like thunder in the night. Kid and I jump up. Magil swiftly conceals himself in the nearby shadows. Behind the door. Kid and I quickly hide behind the door with our backs pressed against the wall. I hold my breath as the door creaks open. A quivering candlelight spreads through the doorway. However, whoever opened the door doesn't seem to have any intention of entering the room.
Thought I heard something. No reason for anybody to be in here, though, since the master is away. Still, with those poor southerners on the move, it's better safe than sorry.
The door closes softly, blanketing the room in darkness once again. The voice becomes more and more distant as the footsteps fade into silence. Still we wait, without moving a muscle. So, Poor is up to something, Magil mutters, emerging from the shadows.
Por is a large country governing the southern continent. I hear it's a pretty well-developed and fairly prosperous place. What would they be after in these outlands? Surely not the frozen flame. No matter how valuable it may be, it's in the end, it's just a jewel, a piece of rock. How valuable could it really be? Could it be? Whoa, wait a second. Is the frozen flame the chrono trigger? Is the frozen flame just the new name in this time period for the chrono trigger? The item in Chrono Trigger? The chrono trigger? The chrono trigger? That would be interesting. That would be a thing. We leave the study, retracing our steps to the dark passageway. Finally, the passage comes to a three-way branch. There's a descending staircase in front of us, in addition to passageways on the right and left. The one on the left will take us back towards the terrace. Well, back to the left we go. Yep, okay. After continuing through the passage for a while, the terrace comes into view on the right. I take a deep breath of the fresh evening air, hoping to calm my senses. Well, that's on the right, so we're not going to go that way. Continue through this passageway. Follow the left wall. We make our way down the dimly lit passageway. After a few moments, we come to another old dusty door on the right. Kid quietly presses her ear against the door. Quiet as a church mouse. No one's in there, mate. But it's on the right, so we're not going to do it. My actions are 100% predictable. Proceeding again up on the path, we come to a staircase going up and a firm-looking set of doors. Ah, they're on the left, though. There better be treasure here. The smell of gold's thick in the air, mate. Okay, in we go. Just like I thought. Locked, Kid says after jiggling the handle. Frustrated, she kicks the door. This might slow us down, but sure as bloody hell won't keep us out. Well, unless we find the key, there's nothing we can do, kid. Let's get to it, then. I bet Lakes has got it stashed up in his room somewhere, the bastard. Unable to do anything, we leave to look elsewhere. I mean, I know where his room is, and we could go back there and search, but we can always search there later, so let's continue up the stairs. We haven't even sort of explored all of the open area yet. With Kid in the lead, we ascend the narrow staircase. The cracked stone stairs seem to endlessly twist upwards. It feels like we're heading up to a scaffold to be executed. Yeah, because those are always as high up as possible. That makes sense. Atop the staircase, an old but solid door waits for us silently. This damp place fills me with a feeling of dread. There's a faint voice coming from the other side of the door, says Kid, so don't say anything loud or they'll hear you. I fear the worst. Maybe we should check somewhere else, I say. What's the matter, you chicken? She says while glancing at me, but I can tell by the sound of her voice that she isn't feeling much better about this than I am. There's something wrong about this place, and we all know it. Okay, in we go! It's a small room, one you find in a stone tower. It's empty, and I can't find a single window in it. Also, it goes on infinitely, or just the walls are pure black. What the hell kind of room is this? Although she's trying to hide it, I notice a shiver running down. You can't notice a shiver running down someone's spine. It's not a visible thing. It's like an internal feeling. There may be something of use here. Let us search more closely, Magil says quietly. You really think we'll find something? I mean, move a stone or something? Kid proceeds to the middle of the room while I examine the walls and floor. The stone floor is filled with countless scratches, covered by splotches of dry, dark ink. I had to wait for the end of the quote to know who's saying it. Hey, Magil, would you come over here, please? Something is carved into the wall here. I think it's an inscription of some sort. Magil kneels down in front of the wall and examines the writing. Looking closer at it, it appears to be written in blood. Indeed, this text has been worn down with age. Most of it is unreadable. Here's what I can make. Here's what I can make out. Here's what the narrator can make out. Won't last longer. Dragoons, he and Chet swore order to proof. So there was a prisoner here. Some dragoons, the dragoons of something Shia, were enchanted in some way, presumably by Lynx. The guy who was trapped in here was probably trying to escape to get evidence, get the proof to the Shia dragoons. Oh, we're dead. Without any warning, the door slams shut. We stand up, taken by surprise. Then suddenly, a low rumbling starts to fill the room. "What's happening?" Kid shouts, looking around frantically. What's that above us? It's death! Welcome to die! Oh, did it not even give us an opportunity to do anything? Oh, okay. Try to stop the ceiling, break through the wall, try to ram the door. Kid flies like an arrow, ramming against the door. Yeah, let's have the lightest person do that. Her small body bounces back. Hyphen. The door is far too heavy. Bollocks. Magil streaks across the room like a hurricane, dashing against the solid oak. He doesn't use magic because he's a frickin' idiot. The door creaks but holds tight. My turn. I ram... Don't do it two at once so that you have more weight behind you. I ram into the door with all my strength. Ah! A heavy shock shoots through my body, but the door doesn't budge an inch. The rumbling continues to get louder and louder, reminding us of the rusty blades eager to greet us. Surge, Magil, come here, come on, together! The three of us start to ram against the door simultaneously with all our strength. The door hinge gives. We stumble outside, barely escaping certain death. Behind us, we hear the gut-wrenching sounds of the blades meeting the stone floor. I watch. Wait, if the hinges gave way, the door shouldn't be open like that. It should either be opened the other way or knocked entirely off its hinges. I watch the morbid scene in a daze, gasping huge breaths of air. Well, that was fun. Finally, the grinding sound fades away. It seems the ceiling is stopped. And then, it's fine. Very, very obvious trap. Damn, that Lynx toying with us like that. That's not a torture chamber. That's not what a torture chamber is. Torture chambers aren't death chambers. There's a distinction. So this is the torture chamber. I wonder how many of the Acacia Dragoons it is claimed, Magil whispers. Who, I ask? The Acacia Dragoons. They were once an elite force serving General Viper, a powerful man who used to rule the western territory of... They were defeated more than 10 years ago by the very hands of Lord Lynx. By the looks of things, we have apparently found their resting place. Shadow of Rome. Remind me what Shadow of Rome is, Elon. Who cares, says Kid as she stands up. Generals and knights and everything. It sounds like some old bedtime story. Magil shrugs his shoulder in silence as we start down the stairs, eager to get away from this awful place. With Kid leading the way, we descend the stairs. At the bottom of the staircase, yep, here we go. Sturdy-looking door on the right. That's the one that was locked. We need to find the key. Maybe in, what's-his-name's room. And here's the door on the left that we didn't do yet because it was on the left. What's with all this junk? Must be a storeroom or something. Can you be more specific than hack and slash? Are we talking like, Gauntlet? That kind of style? Do you want to show me this? There we go. This is not a storeroom, yeah. Seems like this is the inner mechanics of a clock tower. However, the gears look old and rusted, and cogs are spinning randomly without connecting with their proper teeth. I doubt the clock's still in use today. The room seems to be currently used as a storage area. A large object catches my attention, off in a far corner of the room. It's too dark over there to see what it is, though. Do not touch anything out of the ordinary, Magil says abruptly, sending a sudden shock down my spine. However, just as he says this, I see Kid emerge from the shadows, dragging the large object out into the middle of the room. It's a large antique sword. I like antique swords. We've got no use for that old thing, Kid. All it'll do is slow us down. Besides, we probably won't even get much money for it. I reckon it's worth a lot to the right buyer, like an antique collector or somebody.
A hack-and-slash game with minor stealth mechanics. There are a few genres of games that I really want to love, and I just don't. I just don't enjoy them very much. And stealth games fall under that category, as well as like Civilization-style games and city-building games. Just games I want to love, I like the concept, and it just doesn't quite click for me. Sulking, kid quietly lays the sword down. I don't know who's saying this. What do you want? I look around. Oh, somebody new. What do you want? I look around, startled. That was definitely not any of our voices. Kid and Magil immediately take position, focusing their attention towards the source of the voice. Who's there? A figure suddenly appears out of the darkness. Seems to be a short old woman with a large hood over her head. Although fully covered, it's obvious she's quite old. It's just some old hag, kid says. Magil's sharp gaze on the woman remains unchanged, however.
What an energetic young lady. You haven't come here this late in the evening just to drop in on some friends, I'd imagine.
I glance at Kid.
Perhaps you have
Perhaps you have some score to settle with Master Lynx.
My heart jumps. This is definitely not good. Will she warn the rest of them about us?
Yeah, let's tell the truth, why not?
Kid's eyes narrow.
If we did have a score to settle with that bastard, what's it to you?
The point is, tell the truth, then murder her.
Just as I expected.
The old woman cackles in amusement.
Children, they're always so interesting like that. So imaginative yet so predictable.
Huh?
What are you talking about, old lady?
Oh, okay. This is all interesting. A, this is the music from the box, and B, this is the story of our story that we're doing.
Oh, it's already been 4 or 5 years, I would gather. According to what I was told, one night a young thief came to the manor looking for trouble. The thief was a little girl, about 10 years old.
4 or 5 years, she's not yet 16, or she's not yet 17, so... yeah, add a couple years to that, this could be Kid. Surprised, I glance at Kid. There's a trace of an ice-like radiance in her eyes. Staring at her makes me feel like it suddenly dropped below freezing in here. Unfazed, the old woman continues her story.
The girl was an orphan. She set off to face Master Lynx all alone, hoping to avenge the girl who had...
Wait, what? Hoping to avenge the girl who had cared for her like a... Okay,
hoping to avenge the girl who had cared for her like a big sister, who I didn't introduce before this point to be confusing. But after all, she was all alone. Outnumbered and overpowered, she was eventually defeated and captured by Master Lynx's henchmen. As an ally, Master Lynx can be quite an asset. However, as an enemy, he can be one of the most fearsome men alive. If not for a friend who sneaked in and secretly rescued her, she surely would have perished. From what I've heard, this mysterious figure could allegedly slip in and out
of the shadows. Who could allegedly slip in and out of the shadows was the subject of many whispers at the manor,
long after this incident had come to pass.
Not moving a muscle, I try to look for Magil. He's nowhere to be seen. I can only guess he's sporting one of those trademark expressionless faces somewhere off in the darkness.
The inhabitants of Viper Manor don't condemn the unfortunate, because no one can win all the time. However, from time to time, the goddess of fate has been known to cast down those who have too much good luck, throwing the cogs of time out of order.
Get it? The cogs of time? Because we're in this room with all these cogs? Am I good at imagery? Am I doing well now?
It's not wise to try and stand against fate, continuing to repeat one's mistakes time and time again.
The old woman continues, staring straight at Kid, smiling sweetly.
If you want to steal the jewel, and if you really want to beat him, you too must give up your most valued possession, Kid. As long as you cling to it, the hands of your clock will never budge.
they'll stay frozen, trapped in the distant past. Who the bloody hell is this old hag? Me, oh, just an old lady. Pay me no mind. Thank you for listening to this old maid for such a long time. I certainly hope I haven't delayed you at all. But before you leave, which one of you? With that, the old woman looks in my direction. Ah, yes. You look like you've got a bit of scrape there. A bit of a scrape there, bit of a scrape there. Would you let me have a look at it? What should I do? I don't know whether to be petrified or comforted by this. Yeah, sure, why not? How bad could it be? The old woman clasps her hands together, bowing her head. She mumbles a few words in a low tone. Suddenly, a gentle pale blue light surrounds my body, filling me with a strange warmth. Wow, look at that! My wounds are being healed before my eyes. It feels as though there's some sort of soft music being played all around me, putting me in a strange serenity. When I come around, or when I come to, whatever, the woman is gone. Hello? Lady? Says Kid, relentlessly looking around. However, there's no trace of her. All signs of her presence are gone. What was up with that old hag? Looking around, I can't help but wonder what she was talking about, with all that talk about a prized possession and everything. Let's get our asses out of here. This place is giving me the creeps, says Kid all of a sudden, already heading for the door. Hey, wait up! I catch up with Kid. She gives me a friendly poke in the ribs. Ain't no fair you were the only one who got healed. Yeah, ain't no fair at all. For next time, until then, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, join us on Discord at Yahweasel.com/Discord. Cheers from Yahweasel. I need another break. I will be back in a bit.
Safe place because there are gas after me. The gas are throwing fireballs, and the fireballs are gonna kill me, and I don't really like when gas kill me with the fireballs, but I'm gonna try and get some glowstone. Okay. There's glowstone underneath here somewhere. I don't know exactly where. Oh god, gas. Oh god, okay, this is all bad. This has gone horribly wrong. Oh wait, there's some more accessible glowstone over there. Okay. No, I don't like the fact that I'm on slow sand, whatever it is. This is bad. No, this is entirely bad. Oh, this is a bad technique. Oh, this is not a thing I should be doing. No. This is all wrong. This is such a bad idea. Oh god, the ghasts, they're everywhere. Okay, there's some more glowstone. There was some glowstone over there. Hi, ghast. I'm on slow sand, but don't worry about me. You totally don't care. Okay, all I'm trying to show is that they now drop a little bit more. They could drop 2 to 4. See, that one dropped 3, that one dropped 2. Someone dropped 4. That one was, I think, 3. That was 2. Somebody want to give me 4? Okay, that one dropped 4. That was good enough for me. I think I lost one of those, but I don't care. Okay, we survived. We got some glowstone. Okay, let's try and get back into the real world.
The game? What is happening? Oh, do they have some fruit? Oh god, oh no! The poor thing! I can free you! Or I can kill you. Sorry. Not exactly what I intended, actually. You're welcome.
I like his,
good lord. Wow.
I like his biceps here. That's nice.
Oh, yeah, he's...
That was some fast corruption. Oh, Jesus!
Good lord! Wow! What the hell?
That was the fastest that it's ever totally killed itself. That is amazing. That is genuinely incredible. That it just like the whole game was like, nope. Ooh. Copyright strike.
The totally unauthorized Chinese bootleg of Resident Evil for NES is a better game than Resident Evil 2 for Gamecom, which was an authorized port. It's just better. It's just better put together. It's less glitchy. It is glitchy, but it's less glitchy. The puzzles are less just unexplained. It's a better game. It's a better game. But that'll be for some other time.
when a Chinese bootleg is better than an officially released game, that the world means nothing.
What a perfect last thought. Oh, okay, here we go.
Boston? Where are you going?
Bye.
I'm over here.
I'm gonna go hang out on the beach for a little bit. Well, let's go to the beach. Sounds like a pleasant place.
Yeah, just
I mean,
relax a little bit, reduce the stress levels. This whole situation is too stressful.
It is very stressful, and I think, you can see the stress
Boston
in
deserves
Boston.
to relax a little
he
bit.
deserves some time alone. You can see the stress level in his hurried walking. That he's clearly suffering problems. So let's go. Just appreciate the natural beauty of this place for a little bit. Just take a deep breath. This is a very Giger-esque alien. I love the joyful wagging tail. Oh, it's adorable in a monstrosity kind of way. Throw me the bone! Throw me the bone! Where's the bone? Throw me the bone! Throw it! Throw it! Throw it! I want to fetch! Throw it! Throw it! Oh, we killed you. Sorry.
We didn't randomize the music.
yeah.
That's sad.
Oh wait, I did I might
What are we
not
doing?
have. No. I didn't.
Oh.
Oh god! Too far!
Okay, that was beautiful. That was excellent.
That was really bad. There's like they put a hole there just as a joke, like, oh, just in case you're stupid.
No
you'll
one's
fall
gonna fall
here.
into that.
Oy vey. I'm pretty sure that's hitting him. Let me get right up in his business. Yeah, this is doing nothing. That is not a good technique. How about just oh. Turns out, just had to hit him a bit with a sword. Sometimes the tried and true is the right technique. Where were you when we were supposed to be taking pictures of the dinosaurs, Captain Jerkface? Honestly. Are you kidding me? What? It's been like 2 minutes. No, it's been 30 seconds. Okay, let's see here. Oh, it's not yet night, it's just nightfall. Let's pretend like I didn't come out here and just wait a couple more hours.
He just sees you leave your room and then walk immediately back in.
I leave my room, look directly at him, look suspiciously back and forth, and then walk back into my room. He's like, that seems normal. That's how people behave. So I have no qualms with that. Dang it, go away, people. Stop.
Doesn't he
hanging
know
out.
that you're a thief too? Or is he one of the ones who doesn't know that you're a thief?
Oh, Sigurd definitely knows I'm a thief. That's why he wouldn't take the challenge.
Yeah. So he sees a thief.
Oh
come
yeah,
out of the room.
right. He sees an established and known thief walk out of a room, look at him, look suspiciously around, and then go back into a room. Hey puppy, I got a runic stick for you.
You're gonna beat the puppy to death?
No, I'm just gonna throw the stick.
Oh, because it's a stick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not that good, but it seems to be doing the game. This is not what's gonna happen here. I hope you're enjoying Crashimon Vietnamese Crystal. Oh.
Wow, really incredible playing this game with you guys.
Okay, y'all.
Yes, yes. I don't care. Go.
It doesn't matter.
Up, jump! Why aren't you jumping?
What is happening?
Oh!
Next time.
Emily disconnected.
Okay, that's two people
I think
gone.
everyone's done.
I am flummoxed here.
How much is that eye in the window? The one labeled exotic pet not for sale. How much is that eye in the window? The one that I don't know how to feed. Next time, until then, thanks for watching.
Yes, I will eat you, butterfly. Nom 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 nom. Yahweasel cast death. The Starman did a PK beam that killed Yahweasel with almost full health in one hit! No! That's not acceptable, game! That's not okay! It's like he's got some guide at hand. How to turn...
We return to dream radically. Let us make our dreams as radical as they can be. Hello, this is Yahweasel, and this particular game of Radical Dreamers has actually been going for a while, so let us continue it. Let us go towards the terrace. Ahead of me, I hear Kid come to a sudden stop. Looks like it's about to end. Why, I always take breaks, Elon. Every time I stream, I take breaks about once an hour because I need to, like, breathe. It's not easy to talk for, like, 4 hours straight. Well, 3.5 hours is my usual stream. What's wrong? I ask in a whisper. I look over, only to see Kid pointing down the dark hallway. Squinting my eyes, I try to look for something. After a while, I start to see some sort of white mass a ways ahead of us. What is it? I ask, readying my knife. And then, as if reacting to my voice, it starts to quickly scurry towards us, growing taller and taller as it approaches. It's not actually growing taller, that's called perspective, Surge. It's a skeleton! It's a skeleton! Quick, what do we do? Why does he have skeletons defending? Ram it! I immediately start rushing, hoping to catch it off guard. Arg! With a hollow clatter, the skeleton comes toppling down to the ground. Ribs fly everywhere as the spine breaks in two. That's pretty much what I figured would happen if you rammed a skeleton. I think you've had enough, Kid shouts, looking over the crumbled heap of bones. Suddenly, as if somehow reacting to her taunts, the skeleton's remain begin to stir once again. I back away in shock as the skeleton's torso starts to prop itself up with his left hand. Its right hand then grasps its dislodged skull and holds it up, staring straight at us. What the? Suddenly, the skeleton hurls its skull at me with blinding speed. What do I do? Catch it! I nimbly catch the skull in my hand. Smash it! I kneel down to the ground and raise the skull high above my head. Then with all my might, I hurl it down to the ground with blinding speed. As soon as I do this, the remains of the skeleton crumbles lifelessly to the ground. Kid runs up to the pile, scattering the bones everywhere. I think I did that about as perfectly as possible. I took no damage. Relieved, I crawl back a ways, staring at am I on the ground? Why am I crawling? Languages are tricky. Elon. Well, that was fun. Why am I crawling? Now you've had enough, Kid says. I really think I'm starting to get to the hang of this whole fighting thing. I'm barely hurt at all. I'm not hurt at all. What's this barely on about? You got a thing or two to learn, but you're getting there, mate. Kid's mischievous eyes sparkle as I glance at her for a moment in the dim moonlight. I set off down the corridor with her, ready for what's next. Hey, what was it?
Hey, hang on a second. What's that thing? I ask, pointing to a small pouch over in the corner. How convenient. I bend down and pick it up. Opening it, our eyes widen as I take out a small gem. So here's the thing about this particular game. You go over paths you've already gone over, and it's just like different every time. And so it's very difficult to sort of cover everywhere. And I mean, that's the intent. It's like the whole sort of mansion is changing on you as you go. In case it's not obvious, this is not a blind Let's Play. It's blind-ish in that it's been years since I've played this, but this is not a blind Let's Play. Oi, look at that, Kid exclaims, her eyes wide as melons. Wow, that's real wide. Good eye, Surge. Wow, Kid saying something nice about me is sure nice for a change. Seeing her smile brings twice as big of a grin to my face. After a short while, the terrace comes into view on the left. The cool evening air trickles in through the doorway, giving me a subtle reassurance. We did start from the terrace, but we could go back out there. Maybe there's something to be seen. We walk quietly out onto the terrace, instantly welcomed by a cold nighttime breeze. The dreary forest we came through lies directly ahead. A light chill is sent down my spine as I watch the treetops rustle in the howling wind. Let's talk with Kid. We gotta get that bastard. He's in here somewhere, I'm sure of it. Before long, we'll be right on top of you, Lynx. I can see the fire in her eyes from here.
Man, she's cute when she's angry.
Come on, what'd you drag me all the way out here for? We should head back inside. The sun will be up soon. We should head back inside. The sun will be up soon, Magil adds. Yeah, really. Come on, mate. Time to go. Okay, we'll head back in. Okay, so let's try to head back for Lynx's room in fast motion. Zzz. Passage. Whoops, something's happening. As we continue through the... Is it? That was weird, it was stuck in fast motion. As we continue through the passageway, everything's going normal until... Suddenly, something drops onto my hood. I run my fingers through it and manage to peel off a cold, slimy object. I look up at the ceiling. There's thousands of the disgusting little black things up there. Leeches! Ah! The slimy, blood-sucking animals continue to fall onto our bodies as we panic more and more. We desperately try to shake them off, but it's hopeless. There's too many of them. They crowd around us, homing in on our presence from every direction, from the ceiling, the wall, the floor, everywhere. That's interesting. The button blinks differently. No, it just got stuck in fast motion again. I see what's happening. Please hold! Never had this much trouble with controller setup. We've got to turn around. However, looking back the way we came, a countless number have started to crowd along the passage back behind us as well, blocking our only exit. We've got to get out of here, Kid yells. Tiptoe. I take a deep breath, reminding myself I can't lose my cool now. Kid would never respect me if I did. Yeah, that's the reason. You know, tomorrow is my LP-versary, Elon, so that's kind of appropriate. I start to slowly walk down the corridor, carefully placing my steps between the slimy, slithering leeches. Surge, Kid whispers, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here.
Come on, kid. Hop on? I'm gonna give her a piggyback ride? I say, bending over. She eagerly leaps onto my back. Ugh, she's a little heavier than I thought. I take a few steps, getting used to the weight. However, suddenly Kid starts screaming. They're all over me. Get me out of here. Kid, I'm gonna fall over if you keep squirming around like that. I can't help it. Go faster. I pick up the pace a bit. Jogging along, my arms are starting to burn. Then suddenly I start to lose my grip on Kid. Ah! Kid shrieks, falling to the leech-infested ground. Oh man, they're all over her. She's covered with thick green slime, as well as a frightening number of leeches squirming and crawling all over her body. She's barely visible underneath all the muck. Get them off of me, she yells, spitting out leeches as she scrambles back up onto me. Petrified, she clings tightly to me, strangling my neck. Can't breathe. The leeches continue to fester their way on underneath our clothes, in our hair, on our faces, until all of a sudden the leeches start to recede. They simultaneously drop out of her hair and from underneath her clothes and start to wiggle out and wiggle and crawl over to a few feet ahead of us, and there begin to accumulate into some sort of mass. Halt! Magil shouts. He points towards the mass, and suddenly a blazing stream of fire comes streaking out from his fingertips. The mass erupts into flames. However, a strange sort of low, garbled voice starts to echo out from the burning mess. Moments later, some sort of monster comes springing out of the charred pile of leeches, armed with a huge scythe. It's a friend! Fight the friend! Parry the scythe! As the demon brings its huge scythe around, I bring my knife forward, hoping to parry the blow. All right, the scythe only managed to cut through my shirt, but still, that was too close. Hey, Stubby, you call that a scythe? Kid yells. Come on, Kid, it looks disturbed enough already. Let's attack. I switch my knife around for a backhand attack as the demon grins a disgusting smile at me. The second I see it break its focus, I lash out with my weapon. However, my dead-on attack only seems to graze the demon's skin. What are you smiling at, freak? Kid yells. That gives us a twisted, fang-laden smile. I clean the sweat off my brow and try to keep focused. However, I can't help but notice the demon's eyes amidst all this. They've got such an unsettling quality to them, almost as though this thing harbors some sort of unimaginable intelligence. Why wouldn't it? It's a demon. Wait, what am I saying? I can't get lost in this thing's mind now. Everybody knows these things can trap your spirit with their eyes alone. Do we know that? All of a sudden, the demon starts to mutter something. A second later, it bursts into flames. Within a few moments, the flames die out and the demon is no more. Gone without a trace. What the? A vague uneasiness sets in as I look around. Not a single scrap of evidence remains from that entire encounter. Was any of that even real? Well, no, it's all part of a video game. I really think I'm starting to get the hang of this whole fighting thing. I'm barely hurt at all. You're dang right, I'm good at the fighting thing. Not bad, Serge, not bad at all, Kid says, catching my eye. A few moments pass, and she's still staring at me, smiling.
Oh man, what do I do? Should I say something?
This story definitely wasn't written by a 30-year-old who's never been on a date. I look away after a nervous moment, but full of glee. I can never handle this kind of thing. Those baby blues of hers get me every time. The passageway makes a sharp turn to the right before stretching on through this subterranean maze. Before long, we're greeted with a beautifully ornate set of doors on the right, but those aren't the doors we want. Go in. Let's say hi to Lynx. Lynx's quarters. Okay, who knows who's saying this? I sure hope that key's in here somewhere. Bet that mirror could tell us where it is, Kid says, removing the large silk cloth. We've already asked it too much. The dark mirror looms before us like a still lake on a moonless evening. Oh, maybe not.
Is there something you wish to know?
The Venus statue reflection asks.
I could ask about kids' measurements. I can look at her also. She's right there. If you know where the key to the treasure vault is, could you please tell us? The mirror's surface begins to ripple. The whirling smoke soon takes shape into a picture of a large room decorated with rows and rows of books. Okay, I know where that is. In a beautiful womanly voice, the mirror responds, "The key you seek, as you see before you, rests within this room, towards the rear of the great sanctuary of knowledge. Within a large purple book, you will find the item you so desire." The image slowly fades and returns to a normal reflection, and the spirit has apparently moved to another mirror. The spirit has apparently moved to another mirror, Magil says. Okay, let's head for the study. As I head for the door, I suddenly get the feeling I'm being watched. I come to a stop and look around. Then, suddenly, a faint whisper reaches my ear. "Be careful. They know." Whose voice was that? It wasn't any of ours. The mirror? It wouldn't double-cross us, would it? Kid heads out the door, bolting down the corridor. I frantically chase after her, easily as eager as she is. No, I seem to just be frantic. She's eager. Okay, well, we're gonna go to the study then. Nope, not here. We can get there relatively quickly, so I don't feel the need to fast motion. It is... Yeah, oh, yep, there we go. Towards the study. Okay, time to find that key, Kid says as she steps into the center of the room, surrounded by row after row of books. Where did that crazy mirror say we would find it? Hey, Serge, pay attention when I'm talking to you. This stream will probably be about another hour, Elon. Huh? I thought you remembered which one it was. So which is it? The purple book in back. I'm pretty sure it's that purple book over there, I think. Which one? Oh, I see it. Kid pulls out the purple book towards the bottom of the shelves. So I'll bet one of the ways they make it so you can't just cheat is that the book it's in changes every time, so you need to actually remember it rather than just sort of clicking the same thing every time. Flipping through the pages, suddenly an old brass key falls out of the book, hitting the ground with a clank. All right, the key! Throwing the book aside, Kid bends down and grabs the key. Her eyes light up as she stares at it in her hands. We race out of the study, eager to see what awaits us in the vault. Magil follows behind a moment later, after returning the book to the shelf. It's good for him to do that. Good for somebody to leave this as we found it. Okay, on we go. It's this. No, it's towards the terrace, just not. Oh God! Suddenly a blood-curdling screech cuts through the darkness. Scared stiff of the deafening sound, I look up to see two... Okay, it's another... We just keep finding... How many griffins are there? Okay. I kind of did fine-ish with the griffin before. I screwed up something. No, I think it's just that you can't avoid that attack. I ducked to the ground, which was good. Hit the deck! Ramming a griffin, given that it's supposed to be gigantic, would not be a good idea. That was a close call. Yep, fine. I've got a knife. Attack. Actually go out of fast motion, please. There we go. It reels back in pain. Yep, okay, we done it. We did it. In fact, Yahweasel cast death. Is this new? I jumped out of the way. Oh, okay. This time it's taken more than one round. That's interesting. Now's the time to attack still. Why don't you just keep your knife in a backhand grip if that's the only way you ever attack?
Well, that fails. Ugh. Surge, move! Magil's thundering voice booms from behind. Not knowing what to expect, I immediately hit the deck, which I had already hit. A blazing streak of red shoots through the air straight into the heart of the griffin. Its body bursts into flames. It rises up on its hind legs, screeching in pain. Engulfed in fire, the griffin crashes onto the floor with a huge thud. We came out of that all right. It wasn't exactly perfect. Really think I'm starting to get the hang of this whole fighting thing. I'm barely hurt at all. Not bad at all, Kid says, catching my eyes.
She's still staring at me. Oh man, what do I do? Should I say something?
It's so not okay. After continuing on through the passage for a while, the terrace comes into view on the right. I take a deep breath. Yep, nope, not the terrace. Continue through the passageway. Now, well, I guess I'm not really hurt, so I'd say we could go in there to try to deal with any damage I took, because maybe the old woman would reappear, but I guess I'm fine. So, okay. There better be treasure here. Inside we go. It better open now, says Kid, putting the key we found into the lock. As the lock clicks, we're suddenly showered in all colors of light. Must have been an enchanted lock. Whatever's on the other side of this door's gotta be good. Heavy doors open slowly. Inside the room, I gasp at the awesome spectacle laid out before our eyes. I've read this book. Don't take anything. Despite this story from the 1001 Nights, despite the sparse light, a brimming mountain of silver, gold, and other precious-looking artifacts shimmer and twinkle throughout the huge treasure vault. Is that thing at the top of the screen the flame we're looking for? Kid is almost drooling at the sight. But to be fair, a sight like this would captivate most people. Enormous heaps of riches are piled before our eyes, in amounts most people would probably never see in their entire lives. It looks to be authentic. This must be Magil, yeah. Remember, our goal is the flame. Do not waste time with frivolities, says Magil flatly. Was that flatly? Was that a good voice? Geez, I told you I know. Regardless of Magil's warning, Kid can't help but be taken aback. She gawks at the room's contents in awe until... Hey, what's that in the back on the pedestal? Just like you were saying a second ago. There, a palm-sized jewel radiates a pale crimson light, resting patiently behind the other treasure. It looks as though it's a roaring flame that's somehow been frozen in time. The frozen flame. As Magil glides over towards the pedestal, I nervously call out. Be careful, we can't afford falling into a trap. Fine, Kid frustratingly says, glancing back at the door. Just remember we're short on time. After investigating the pedestal for a while... Surge was correct. Is this Magil who's saying this? Surge was correct. It does seem to be trapped. Magil steps back, mumbling something in a low voice while placing his hand near the base of the pedestal. Slowly, an inscription begins to emerge on its surface, shining brightly for a moment. It should be disarmed now, he says, before cautiously lifting the scarlet jewel from the pedestal. Surge's party got the frozen flame? What? I certainly have never gotten this far in this game. Is this... I mean, this has got to be like... And then we discovered that this was just step 1. But then again, this was a satellite game. It shouldn't be that long. Whew, we did it. With a sigh of relief, I turn towards Magil. He's looking intently at the flame. Way to go, Magil. All right, let's... Suddenly, the gem shatters into 1,000 pieces in Magil's hand. It's a fake. Indeed, that fiend Lynx would never have left the real flame in a place like this. Yep, okay, got it. Damn. Suddenly, an alarm bell rings out. This is what an alarm sounds like. It sounds like... The room lights up and heavy metal bars fall in front of the door. Our only exit is blocked. I look around, only to see Kid holding a fancy crown, suddenly realizing what she's done. Surge's party got the golden crown? That dim-witted dingo, I say to myself. Maybe she ate your baby. Suddenly, out of the corner of the room, 4 mechanical birds suddenly come to life. Intruder alert! Intruder alert! Their loud metallic screeching only adds to my uneasiness. It doesn't look like it'll open, says Magil, checking the iron bars in front of the door. But before Magil can even finish his sentence, we start to hear deep, snarling voices somewhere outside the room. Which way is it coming from? A heavy voice asks. Sounds like a treasure vault's alarm to me. The voices continue to get louder and louder as we stand motionless inside the room. Don't deal with the mechanical birds, though. We silently gawk at each other, hoping one of us will have some sort of plan. Kid hides herself under a mountain of gold coins. Quick, hide, mate! I frantically look around the room. There, over in the far corner, there's an empty treasure chest behind a post. I dash over towards it, climb in, and close the lid. I'm shocked that there were no options in that entire scene. Well, looks like there's no one in here, boss. That's strange. No one's ever been able to escape this old thing. Softly opening the lid of the chest, I take a peek outside through the small crack and see 5 goblins, bedecked in armor, having unlocked the iron bars and standing just a few feet from me. They look around the room restlessly, peeking into the shadows. Eventually, one of them raises his head to speak. Do none of them notice that the fake frozen flame is broken? Or gone? Or shattered? No, none? Okay, good guards. Maybe a rat set it off. The cook was complaining about rats just the other day. Rats? Are you trying to tell me a rat set off the trap? A fat goblin questions the other with a doubtful face. And with that, comes from the corner, over by where Kid's hiding. Taken aback, the goblins stop moving and look at each other. After a little while, the chief slowly strokes his chin and says, No, actually, wasn't it stray cats that the cook was complaining about? Meow, meow, comes the voice a second time. Again, the goblins glance at each other. That's strange. What I heard was that it was a vicious Hecarim that raided the pantry, I think. Not a peep this time. I can only picture a Kid racking her brain, trying to think of what a Hecarim sounds like. Just as I thought, a thief, says one of the guards. But just as they start to approach... Oh, well, then it certainly is a Hecarim. Without a doubt, one of them says, exchanging a smile with the others. Yeah. Well, that's pretty frightening then. Come on, let's get out of here. Yeah, they believe us, sure. The pack begins to file out of the treasure vault. But then, suddenly, the goblins all spring on the pile of gold. Duh. Well, what do we have here? Hey, get your hands off me, you slimy freaks, Kid says, struggling to break free. Slimy? A thief like yourself isn't in much of a position to criticize, one of them hollers at her. Kicking herself free of their grasp, Kid inches back into the corner of the room. The goblins start to corner her off, laughing to themselves. I quietly sneak out of my hiding place and unsheath my knife. Taking on an entire troop of armed goblins is a lost cause, even for Kid. What should I do? Frankly, I'm at a quandary. Gotta try! Yeah, I can't abandon my friends, especially at a time like this. No really hammy messages about, oh, and she's so cute when she's being attacked by goblins. Gripping my knife tightly, I charge into the center of the room, shouting, that's the word, they're all looking oh, Serge, you're an imbecile. They're all looking the other way. You could have just snuck up and killed one of them without them even noticing, but instead you just screamed like a moron. For next time. Until then, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, tell me what you like best on this or any other video on my channel to help me make compilations. Cheers from Yahweasel. Okay, I'm going to take a very brief break and then probably the final episode of the day after that. Okay. I've got him to admit that it's okay to be gay. Now we move on to step 3. All right. Now we get him to admit that the traits he wants in a woman aren't actually anything about being female. And then we turn that around. Okay, yes, we're on to step 6. Step 6 is ... and step 7 is sex. So we're well on our way. Oh no. Hey! I We're in trouble.
Careful, you should be. Dangerous there it is.
Okay, Yoda.
Or destroy it to find the secret passage down.
What? But I already did that. He gave me a clue that I already knew. Oh my god! It's Earthbound! They're playing Earthbound! Oh, that's fabulous! Oh, that's so wonderful! Oh, I love it! Good to Elfew, good to Elfew, machine is Dada. This is all Dada. This entire game is some kind of Dadaist nightmare. Oh yes, we're gonna go back and we're gonna give the stone, or the vortex thingy, the vortex stone, and that object is a closed time-like curve. They did this in Babylon 5. Oh man, I'm a nerd. Anyway. Is that the best you can do, little man? No, I can throw another dagger at you. Yay! Okay. The happy box. Oh my god, it's Tiffy. Oh, come on. This is such a... Wow, I couldn't have gotten, whatever. This message is being, like, plastered on. I mean, maybe the fact that those stairs at the top are of 0 width is the reason why you can't walk up them.
That's what I'm wondering.
That's sort of... Shall we
Okay, I think I need to be...
until you figure out how to
shall.
get these stairs?
We shall indeed.
I did it, it was me, it wasn't Malo, it was me, I did it. Whoa, what? What? What's this kill Krug in one move attack? I don't like that. Alright, SpecLad in chat suggests that, I could, have Google Translate actually read the lines. That's a good idea. Okay, Google Translate, take it away. Volume is off. Bad start, Google Translate.
Laura, please take a look at this thing.
That was a bit slow. Try it again.
Laura, please take a look at this thing.
That's great. I'm gonna have that be Laura's voice from now on. I am completely happy with that being Laura's voice. I have no qualms with that. All the twitchy game timing. No, no, no! How did that even happen? I swear I was holding down the key. Oh man, is my keyboard broken? No, I'm just pathetic. I cannot twitchy game timing. What? Hi, I'm Miki. Do you like Sega games? No. I can't believe it. If you don't like the game, why have you played so long? That is an excellent question, Mickey. I am lost out. 9, let's go abroad for liking your strong. I don't know what it is today. Why is the game even weirder than normal? Why? Why Fish Elf need good ride?
Okay, we have to jump then. Alright, here we go then.
Okay.
Go. Go. Go.
Go.
Go.
Dum.
Go.
Dum.
Go.
We need like
Go.
I need like a rhythm to go by.
Go.
It's like
Go.
the rowers. They like stroke,
Go.
Row.
stroke,
Row.
Go.
Row.
Go.
Row.
It's the rhythm or the beat or the tempo. I think that's.
Go.
Oh my god. Okay, can we save here, please?
Yes,
Oh, no.
we don't have to save.
Just leave.
Fine.
Just leave.
Oh, that
realise
was
they're right next to
so
me.
much concentration. Realize the power of. Oh my god! Oh, I've made the best choice ever! Oh, I can psychically give my enemies ennui! Manu see big fruit on ground. Manu get big fruit on ground. Trap get Manu. Manu very sad. Manu not happy. Manu be plenty dead real soon. Man friend come. Man friend break trap. Person who set trap die of starvation. Manu free. Manu very happy. Manu like man friend. No, Manu, no!
Let's move the wall forwards a bit.
Yes, let's do that. Move, please. I want the move tool. Why isn't it highlighted?
Whoops, that was my fault. I forgot to remind you that you need to press the move button first.
No, you forgot to activate the move button, you twit! You liar! Can I go into this training room? Let's see how bad of an idea this is. Oh god, a very bad idea is how. No, don't kill me. I'm very bad. I'm using a dagger, and you're using a spear. And on to serotonin, which is actually called... Oh, I'll have to talk to somebody first. It's actually called Bow Wow. What a strange name for a town. It's Climb Tree. Climbing would serve no purpose right now. Can I climb the wall over... Oh, okay, there's a hole there. Okay. Was not expecting that. Alrighty then, I'll give you the key so that you can enter him.
I'll give you the...
Radical dreamers. So radical, so dreamlike. Hello, this is Yahweasel. Let's radically dream. And let's kill some goblins. They all turn around, staring at me blankly for a moment before their expressions turn to rage. You just came out here to die, didn't you, little man? Gulp. Yeah, it seems that I did. You really wanted us to trample over your head with that badly? Well, I suppose we can accommodate you, the goblin boss says, giving a deep laugh. Without a moment's hesitation, Kid shouts back, "Don't think you can easily pick a fight with the likes of the great Kid and get away with it. Really, Magil is going to save us here." Wait a minute, so you're the elusive Kid, the boss asks, as his eyes softly narrow. How sweet this is. Perhaps if I deliver your head to Lord Lynx, he'll give me a nice reward. And then they all die because Magil is here. The boss goblin takes it. Is it not a he? Does it not? Okay. The boss goblin takes its morning star from its side. The huge iron ball jangles down to the floor. Please don't confuse us with just any ordinary goblins, striking fear into the hearts of men everywhere. We are Lynx's elite security force, the fearsome magical gobbler team. We are actually turkeys. Gobble, gobble, gobble. If you got time to spout off all that nonsense, then you sure enough got time to get your arses kicked, Kid shouts, exploding with a fierce roundhouse kick. The goblin teeters and staggers, dizzied by the brunt of her attack. Let's get 'em, boys! Starting with that little twerp over there. Oh, this is gonna be them, whatever. Metal balls begin to swing around, swooshing through the air with deadly speed. Jet Gobbler attack, now! Sliding across the floor like wind, the goblins simultaneously rush us. Look.
Uh-oh. Parry. Frantically parrying the goblin's attack. I was so amused by the image that I didn't realize I have to actually react quickly. Frantically parrying the goblin's attack, I try to lunge with my knife. Quick as a mouse, I slice into the goblin's side. It lets loose a gnarling scream of pain as its putrid face contorts in agony. Kid comes to my aid, delivering a lightning-quick strike to one of the goblins. What's the matter, huh? Where are your magical goblin skills now, or whatever you call it? Goblin can't help but collapse on the floor in pain. Kid boots it in the jaw before backing away for her next attack. Quit screwing around, Surge. Keep your eye on your own trouble. Another huge iron ball whizzes through the air, swinging down towards me. Roll and dodge. As quickly as I can, I roll over and try to dodge the attack. Yes, the iron ball smashes into the floor, sending sparks flying everywhere. It misses me by a hair's breadth. I frantically scramble away from the weapon. Looking up, all I see is a goblin coming at me head on. Parry again! The parry worked before. Try to lunge with my knife. However, before I can do anything, the goblin snaps me up in his thick arms and smashes as hard as it can into the floor. My mind goes completely blank from the shock. Kid comes to my aid, delivering a lightning-quick strike to one of the goblins. What's the matter, huh? Blah, 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 blah. This is the same. I think there were 5 total, so that's 2. Well, let's try the other one. I've got to think of a better strategy than just standing around. I quickly put my weight onto the goblin, trying to force it off balance. Unfazed, the goblin moves only a little as I collide with it. I, however, bump off and tumble onto the ground. That's sort of what I assumed would happen, but, repeating the same action didn't work last time. Ugh, I scream as the goblin kicks me in the ribs. Just then, I start to hear an odd howling noise from behind me. I turn around to see Magil's black wind spell streaking out from his fingertips, transforming in midair into a countless number of razors. They fly like homing missiles into one of the goblins, cutting it to shreds. How can a human have such power? Who are you? Ugh! The goblin shrieks in fear as its body is effortlessly torn to pieces. Magil's expression remains unchanged as he silently surveys the scene, looking for his next target. Looking up, all I see is a goblin coming for the parry again. It seems that no matter what I do, I just get hurt. I mean, there's clearly it's weird because there must be some pattern that's correct, but I have no idea how you would guess it. So I'm quite hurt now. Long live Lord Lynx! Glory to the magical gobblers, says the last of the goblins as it comes crashing to the ground in a bloody mess. Whew. That's the last of them. Easy. Easy, says Kid, wiping some sweat off her brow. Surge, you goof. I can take care of myself. But thanks, mate, she says, cracking a smile. Her face hits me like a glimmering beam of light, cleansing my darkness and filling me with joy. I'll never forget what you did back there, even if I never see you again after tonight. We must be on our way, Magil says. There's no way of knowing who else knows we're here now. I know, that bastard's causing us too much trouble. That's still Kid. Okay, they said they were Lynx's personal guards, yeah? They might have some valuable stuff on him. But before she even finishes speaking, Kid starts to search through the head goblin's clothes. Sheesh, there's really no need to be such a scavenger. Hey, what's this? She says, removing a small metal object from the goblin's pocket. It's a hand-shaped medallion of some sort, covered in archaic-looking symbols. It's a key, Magil says, walking over towards us. These markings suggest it unlocks a certain magical seal? Wow, well, they're lost, says Kid, casually putting the plate... It's a plate now! Okay, in her pocket. Yeah, but they don't have any other good stuff. Cheap goblins. She stands up and looks around, sighing. I'd be a waste to leave all this loot behind, though. It'd be a waste to leave all this loot behind, though. We can always come back for it later, Kid. Who's talking? Kid turns around and grins. Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's go. The night won't last forever. I'm trying to think if I've seen a magical seal, per se. I don't really recall seeing something that looks like a magical seal. The stairs seem useless to me right now.
The terrace seems like the place to go to get advice. I'm kind of curious whether I can get healed here. I mean, I'm not expecting to find a magical seal, but maybe I'll find the old woman again. The room is quiet except for the sounds of the gears. There's no sign of the hooded lady anywhere. Hello? Ma'am? Well, if you're not here, say so, you old hag.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
The silence is deafening.
This is a waste of time. We should investigate elsewhere,
Says Magil, turning on his heel. 1 second. I forgot to mark something in the last episode. We follow him out, okay. Apparently I just can't investigate that room at all anymore. Maybe if I find, like, a gear or something, then it'll let me do something. Okay, I'm gonna go out onto the terrace just to see if I can get, Magil to tell me anything. Instantly welcomed by a cold nighttime breeze. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, he can heal me too? Okay.
You've been injured, haven't you? Try to give your wounds some rest, at least for now.
Taking his advice, I lean up against the wall and try to relax. Come on, we don't have time to loaf around. Let's get back to work, I hear kids say. Okay, well that was useless. I mean, I know where I can be healed. That's funny, Elin, because I am playing a game in the meantime.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, left we go. I'm not really sure where I'm going at this point. I'm just going. I'm gonna go downstairs so that I can go to the Mouth of Truth. Okay, let's see. What is the sound you make? What? What does that mean? Hello? I take the hand-shaped plate. Its strange contorted symbols give me a headache just by looking at them. Nervously, I reach in and place it onto the tongue. Yes, I made them disappear after 2 minutes, Elon. It's a perfect fit. Sliding into place, I quickly remove my hand and back away a few steps. Dang it, I could have been healed if I had not gotten distracted. The huge white eyes start moving around slowly, and a slight vibration can be felt from behind the wall. Something's happening. Oh, da-da-da-da-da-da. That one? That's just a riff. It's just a riff meaning bad joke. Something's happening. Something big. I just wish I knew whether it's going to be, whether it's good or bad. An odd sound escapes from the Mouth of Truth as its eyes continue to roll. I want to make a run for it. However, I look over and see the ever-fearless expression in Kid's eyes and stay my ground. Suddenly, the marble sculpture stops moving. I stare at it, wondering what's going on. Then its tongue starts to roll around inside its mouth, while its eyes tilt further and further upwards until its pupils disappear underneath its eyelids. We hear the plate sliding down its throat, vanishing into the deep, dark depths of the mansion. It's not that I delete the messages, they just auto-delete after a couple minutes. I don't like, because I don't get a lot of chatter, I don't like to have messages sitting in my visible message box that are really old, because I glance over at them and get confused, because I don't realize that it was just something somebody said like an hour ago. What's happening?
I have no idea who's saying this. I'm gonna go with, Magil. Apparently a pious being such as this may roll its eyes from time to time. The simple fact that Magil tried to make a joke just there, hey, I was right, makes me stop and forget where I am for a second. All that's gonna happen is you're gonna lose another one of my things. I can get a lot of cash for that, Kid says regrettably. Suddenly, over by the atrium, we start to hear some sort of latch being opened. And then, moments later, the sound of water draining echoes through the corridor. Taking a few steps toward the atrium, I see the red water has formed into a whirlpool and is flowing down into the pond. The piranhas are being washed away. What's the matter, little fishies? Not enough water? Ah, playtime's over, you nasty buggers. I do read all of them, Elin. I don't always respond to all of them, but I do make an attempt at reading all of them. It's just, you know, sometimes there's no response, and sometimes it's sort of, you know, it's just like a joke or something, and I might laugh, but I don't really have anything to say. Come on, I'm dying to see what's past that fountain. That was probably also Kid. No, I could have been healed! Having crossed through the atrium, eventually we come to a split in the path. We can either go left or right from here. Well, you know me, always follow the left wall. Ahead of me, I hear Kid come to a sudden stop. What's wrong? I ask in a whisper. I look over, only to see Kid pointing down the dark hallway. Squinting my eyes, I try to look for something. Let me guess, another frickin' griffin. No, another skeleton. What is it? It's a skeleton. Blah, 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 blah. It's a skeleton. Ram it. Arg. It's a skeleton. Da, da, da. It comes... Okay, that was a misclick. 1 second. Oh, the fast forward button and the close button are dangerously close to each other. That was a mistake. Okay, oops, I accidentally closed the game there, and when I restarted it, it didn't give me that skeleton encounter. Sorry, but the skeleton just vanished into the ether. The fast forward button and the close button are right next to each other. Thanks, Mednifin, good choice. Come to an old-looking door with a brass handle. Damn it, another locked door. I don't get it. There's no smell of gold or nothing. This leads to Viper Manor's catacombs, says Magil hesitantly. He's right. Standing here in silence, I realize there's a faint scent of death in the air. And then, putting my ear to the door, I start to hear deep, tortured moans from far beyond. I jump back, looking at the door. Let's try somewhere else. Really? There's people being tortured, so let's just leave them there to die? Okay, great. Seems like I'm a great guy. Forward we go! After a little ways down the passageway, we come to a descending staircase, and take the stairs. We slowly walk down the stairs, taking us deep below ground. It's as though we're descending further and further into an endless abyss. Elin in chat says that Skeleton must have been pretty brittle since he vanished entirely from the game when I tried to fast forward. Once we reach the bottom, we come to another split. We can go left or right, but both paths look equally dismal. Well, then I'm going left. After a little ways, we're presented with a sturdy set of doors. There are only 2 styles of door in this game. Armory! I like armories. Armory, eh? The key to the catacombs has got to be in here. Kid places her ear on the door. Not a peep. Clicking the wrong buttons just like pro streamers. You're damn right. Someone is here, however. Lynx! Hi! With a book in hand, a single goblin sits in... How do we know the dating status of this goblin? Sits in a chair, humming to itself. A sweet aroma fills the room, presumably from the teacup sitting on the table before it. There's something different about this goblin. Doesn't seem hostile in the least. Looking up from its book, it examines us from behind bifocals.
Welcome. It's rare to have visitors all the way down here.
Too bad we're not guests, Kid shouts. If you want to live, tell us where the key to the catacombs is.
And with that, Kid takes her knife and thrusts it into the desk, slicing through the tablecloth. The goblin remains docile.
Ah, you must be the elusive Kid. I so wanted to see you with my own eyes. We've all heard so much about you.
But before it can finish its sentence, Kid grabs the knife and hurls it through the air. The goblin sets its book down, now unreadable due to the 7-inch blade protruding through it. It removes the knife and places it on the table.
Your reputation precedes you. You are quite a radical young lady. Nevertheless, it's a shame. I wanted to see how that novel ended up. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Esmeld.
That's the male form of Esmeralda, if you were curious. It says, offering a simple introduction.
Please, I do hate to keep my guests standing at bay. Come, sit, and we shall converse over tea.
My first thought is it's poisoned. Despite my concerns, Magil sits down. Well, I definitely trust Magil. Trusting Magil, I sit down next to him. Surely he's got something up his sleeve. Looking at Kid, she truly doesn't want anything to do with this. She remains standing, keeping a vigilant eye on Esmeralda. Black tea is set for 3 at the table.
Ah, there we are.
It's set for 3, as in the goblin, Magil, and me. He knew Kid was never going to have anything to do with it. After a moment, Magil takes the teacup and brings it slowly to his mouth. He takes a sip and then sets the cup back on the table. Esmeld smiles.
Ah, Himalayan chimpanzee.
Oh, that's Magil. Ah, Himalayan chimpanzee. I've not had this blend in quite some time, Magil says. So there's a kind of coffee called weasel coffee, usually, that before being, brewed before I think even being fermented, has gone through the digestive system of a weasel, i.e. been eaten and defecated. Is that what we're suggesting here? That these tea leaves have already been eaten and defecated by a Himalayan chimpanzee? Is that what we're enjoying right now?
I see you are a gentleman of fine taste. I will have you know, not many of my visitors have known of this type of black tea.
Listening to their banter, I stare at my cup. A peep and a hum are very different things, Gladiator. A peep, he wasn't sitting there going beep, 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 beep. He was just, That's not a peep. That's a hum. It's a different thing entirely. Listening to their banter, I stare at my cup. Could it really be poisoned? Picking up the teacup, I bring it close to my mouth. It doesn't smell so bad. It's definitely not poisoned. Oh, I didn't even have the option to not drink it. Delicious, I exclaim. I've never had anything like this before. I mean, it must be pretty unusual if it's delicious in spite of being tea, which is revolting. Better than scrotum coffee or dump ice cream. I loosen up a bit, sitting back in my chair. Wait a sec, what's going on? My wounds, they're being healed. Finally! Looking over towards Kid, she seems to be enjoying it as well. Oh, she actually had tea. Okay.
So let's get down to business. Certainly the key to the catacombs has to be around here somewhere. Whether I remember where it is, however, that's a different story.
I asked if there's something you want in exchange.
Something I want. Your life, perhaps,
he says, as his eyes light up from behind his glasses. Great.
Oh, you misunderstand.
Oh, I didn't answer fast enough.
You misunderstand, young man. I do not wish to harm you,
Esmeld says, noticing the sudden look of shock on my face.
I enjoy chatting with the many types of visitors that we have in the mansion.
You just said a moment ago that you almost never get visitors. How can you have many kinds of visitors if you've had like 3 total?
Surely as an adventurer, you must have plenty of interesting stories to tell.
True. Get that hypnotizing medallion. I mean, it's gonna be pretty difficult to get me to like tea. I like things that taste good. Adding to this, he looks in my direction with a smile.
I look highly on unique stories and have been known to reward such storytellers.
Staring down the dark liquid before me, I start to rack my brain for a really good story. It has to be a story... do I not have a choice? Why don't I have a choice? A small girl okay, I had a choice in this sense. Okay. Dark, dirty forest. Search anywhere and everywhere for the golden sunflower. Yeah, okay, that'll be more interesting. And so... After 3 days, the girl hadn't eaten a single thing.
A fine beginning, perhaps. Is that all?
No, On one evening, a girl walked through a forest searching for the only cure for her mother, the golden sunflower. After walking endlessly, the girl hadn't eaten in 3 whole days, and suddenly before her, she came across a gold light shining in a clearing. It was the golden sun... Well, that's a boring story. The girl put a few of the sunflower seeds in her bag. I don't know what I was responding to, Elon. She was sure it would cure her mother, she thought. However, it was all a dream. With a happy face, the girl awoke ready to... This is the worst story in the world! He better not give you anything for that! That story was shit! Oh, brother.
A fairly interesting story.
Wow, this guy has low standards.
Here is the key.
Esmeld leans over towards the wall and knocks on a certain spot. There, a secret trap door opens up. He reaches in and takes out a key. However, as I start to reach for the key, Esmeld recoils his hand. Sighing, the goblin speaks.
Yes, I suppose you could say there is something more that I wish for.
I glance at Magil, then back at Esmeld.
Long ago, when I was a young, foolish lad, I was involved with General Viper's daughter, Miss Riddell.
Riddell? The General's daughter?
Oh, you don't know? Indeed, Miss Riddell's true father was General Viper. Anyhow, for the sake of harnessing the power of the frozen flame, Lord Lynx abducted Miss Riddell.
Oh, she has something to do with harnessing the power of the frozen flame, huh?
Taking her as his own daughter, with that strange rock lies a strong mental connection to this peculiar mistress. And so, I have resided here all these years, silently waiting for the right time to exact revenge on Lord Lynx for taking my dear Miss Riddell for me.
Ah, so you don't even work for Lord Lynx, you just sort of hang out.
If you have come in order to find Lord Lynx, promise me you will not mention any of this. You have come here to slay him, have you not?
Esmeld asks calmly, holding the key in his hand. Oh, yeah, sure, yes. Unfazed by the question, I answer truthfully. Well, this is sure a strange turn of events, hearing these things from a goblin who's supposed to be defending Viper Manor. I mean, if Lynx is an absolute jerk, then yeah, he's probably... he's made a lot of enemies who appear to be friends. All of a sudden, Kid interrupts.
Oh, at the time being, yeah, that's our plan, all right.
I see. Well, I certainly don't wish to detain you any longer. I would help you more, but I prefer not to openly side myself with either party, he says,
handing us the key, which is clearly siding with us.
Well, there's still something you got.
There's still something you got that I want.
Who's saying that? Esmeld looks up, curious.
How about some more of that great tea of yours?
Esmeld thinks for a second, then reaches behind him.
Very well, 1 bag, he says,
reluctantly parting with the tea bag.
Okay, leave it to us.
Putting a tea bag down her bosom, Kid says to Esmeld,
You don't have to worry about a thing. I never lie about my promises.
Esmeld nods, smiling.
Let's head out. The frozen flame bound to be around here somewhere,
Kid says, heading toward the door in high spirits. Magil pays his respects, and we're off. Well, the armory sure was an interesting thing. Heading away from the armory, we come upon an upward staircase on the right. This passage also continues on ahead. It's on the right, so we're not going to go there. After a little while, the passage ends at a small door.
Hey, I smell home cooking.
Yeah, let's just go into the place where they're cooking. That seems like a really terrible idea. Yum! Rats! Oh, it's just a small kitchen. For the servants, probably, I add. I look around the tiny room. There's a sink, pots and pans, and a bunch of food in the cupboards. A rat hangs in a cage off in the corner, but aside from that, it's a pretty average kitchen. Is that not normal for an average kitten? An average kitchen? An average kitchen? To have a rat in it? No, because my kitchen has a rat in it. For next time, until then, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, tell me what other obscure games you'd like to see me play in the comments below. Cheers from Yahweasel. My reply was that it would take a lot more than any sort of magic medallion to make me like tea, because I like things that taste good. Anyway, that's it for today. Well, Portal for Commodore 64 was an interesting thing, but this is more interesting. We will... Full kitsch. Full of kitschy kits and rats. We will continue this game next week. I don't know how long Radical Dreamers is. I really don't have any sense of it. I was going to say, like, maybe we'll finish next week. It can't be that long, because it was a satellite game. But I don't know. They're very strange. Whatever, next week. Thanks, y'all, for watching. See whoever shows up next week. Goodbye.